There we go. Well, we already got a whole bunch of people all lined up. A standing ovation. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and we are on the railroad tracks again. People are already sitting in their seats, waiting for the matadors to come in, or are they waiting for the bulls to come in? We'll see. We'll see what kind of gore and mayhem that happens tonight. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Neither are you, but I guarantee you something usually happens. Good or bad. Usually both. There we go. Yeah. Had a pretty fast week. KBK, how you doing? Oh. Yeah, I had a very fast week. I spent most of my week outside in our yard doing a lot of just a lot of cleanup after last the following week because we had the big rains and the high winds and we had a lot of debris cleanup. But now things are going pretty well. Today we hit around 93 here in southern part of Kentucky.
You hear me okay?
Yeah, buddy. You just coughed in everybody's ear. We hear you pretty well.
I've just plugged in my headphones.
Yeah, we have Kiwi Mike right now. I understand that we got Roberto Dunn coming in the maybe around 8ish. He'll be coming in, giving his little report.
So it ought to be an interesting show.
Well, the other day we started out a little bit slow. We had the village idiot come on. I guess that was Aloe. Just joking. And whoever loves Aloe. And but later on that night, I had some technical problems. But after that, we had a pretty good slam dunk show. Hey, 5-5, what's going on? If you want to come on a little bit later, you're more than welcome. Just go, let me know right now, and I can throw you a link. You're always pretty good. Hey, BK, I don't know if you're home or not. Are you home? Or are you at work? Or are you in transit? I forgot to ask you about that.
Good. I just like to say good morning, room, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. How's everything going? What are we going to talk about today, Kev? I've got something that I want to talk about, but we can save it for a little later. It's not that big a deal. But everyone seems to be on the hype on this particular topic, so I thought I'd chuck in my good old 10 cents worth in.
What is the hype you're talking about?
Oh, Mr.
I know you got something to say sometimes. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I mean, it just depends.
Just depends, eh?
Yeah.
We're talking about that YouTube guy that's supposedly got a heart attack problem again or whatever.
Oh, how is he doing?
Mike, I don't know. I don't really follow the guy much, but I'd just like to highlight some issues that concerns me a bit about it. I know everyone's jumped on the bandwagon, and a lot of you guys out there are all supportive of this guy, Mike, and his quest to get $7,000, which, by the way, isn't much money. When I say
it is for me.
Well, it isn't really, Kevin. If you needed 7 grand, you'd be able to find it pretty quick. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I
if
don't
you
know
go
if
to
you
a
guys.
bank.
Well, yes, but I mean, at the end of the day, our credit cards are higher than that in a balance. I mean, at the end of the day, this guy, I don't believe that he's all what he say he is, because I don't know if you guys can remember back, but he had a heart attack once before, same sort of scenario. Um, my, I read some of the things that he said, and what interests me is this: he owns property in the States. Now, he made a comment to some guy about saying, why should I sell my property, or why should I give up my property to the hospital when I worked hard for it for 30 years? Yet, in the same breath, he's turning around and asking other people, strangers, to fund his operation. I believe that if a guy's down on his luck, and I'll give you another example, and I know this is not picking on anyone or so much, but it's the only example I can give that would probably make sense. Barry. Barry needed money for his teeth, right? Barry obviously doesn't have any money.
Barry
So,
looks
people,
good with his teeth on.
yeah, I'm just going to say this. Barry asked for some money for his teeth. Now, rightly or wrongly, that's what he did. He got his teeth because he couldn't afford them. So
Yeah.
people helped pay for them. Whereas this other guy, Michael, he needs money for his heart operation. But Michael
You
has
really
money.
need a heart? I mean,
No, well, I don't know. He's got to do some tests. But the point being is he's asking for $7,000. Now, he has money, he has access to money, he owns property. He can borrow that money, he can do a lot of things to get that money. He can even go back to the States. So why is it he can't do all those things and yet he still asks for money? Now, I know there's a lot of well-known YouTubers out there that have jumped on the bandwagon, and
that's a good question. Mark just
well,
asked, where or when did Mike say that?
you have a look in his blogs, pal. You have a look. He owns property. He said it. He said it in a reply to some guy. He basically stated that he didn't want to sell his property to pay for his health care. Now, you think about that question for a minute. The guy's attitude is this: oh, I'll get the money off strangers, but oh no, I'm not going to sell my property to pay for my health care. I mean, the guy's a fraud. The guy also, this is what gets me. The guy had this is the same guy that had the heart attack last time, so he knew he was not well, and he's doing the same stunt again. I'm sorry if I sound a bit heartless or unfair, but that's the bottom line. I don't mind giving charity to people that want it if they can't afford it, but he can afford it. Now, that's the difference between him and Barry. Barry couldn't afford to go back to the States. Barry hasn't got the money for his teeth, so Barry asked for the money. People donated, and good on them too. And Barry did what he promised and got his teeth. This other guy, he's asking for $7,000 for a heart operation, and he's saying he hasn't got the money. Well, he's a liar. He's a liar. He owns property, and I still don't believe, that he can't afford it. If he
Well,
was
does he
out,
still have property now, or did he sell it off,
yes,
or do
no,
we
no.
know that he still has property?
Well, he says he has it. I don't know. I don't know the guy from a bar of soap. I only know what I read, and I read it plain as day. To me, it sounded like, I'm not going to sell my. He basically said that he's not going to give his property to the hospital, so they own it. He said I worked hard for it. 30 years it cost me. Well, what does that tell you? I'm sorry, guys. You can donate your money to him if you want. That's your business. But I'm just putting it out there that it's not what you think. I believe that he has got access to money. I believe he's just using people to get money. That's the bottom line. And you can say 7,000 is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. Even if you're broke, 7,000 isn't that hard to find if you've got assets. and he has assets. So that's it in a nutshell, guys. That's my belief for the day. Take it or leave it, but that's if you read his blogs and see some of his blogs and go down to the comments section. I'm not sure exactly which comment it was, but you'll be able to find it. So there you go. I mean, if the guy was broke, fine, help him out if you want, but he's not broke. So you give him money, that's fine. You give him the money, but be it knowing that it's just you're just paying for his operation. Can't go back to the States. What a load of crap. You might go on about your country being down and being hard to live in, but there was also talk that he might have been a veteran. Well, if he's a vet, then he'll certainly get help. And that's all I have to say on that. I did hear a rumor though. I don't know. Someone out there in the audience can tell me if it's true or not. Is Riff Raff
What's
Radio?
this rumor?
Oh, I heard that Riff Raff Radio wasn't going to be on tonight.
You're talking about tomorrow morning, right?
Oh, sorry, you guys. Oh, it's Saturday here. Yeah, it's Saturday. Saturday for us. Friday, tomorrow morning for you guys. Yeah.
That's kind of what I heard.
Okay.
From what I heard from Dave earlier, our time this morning, he was making it sound like they were not going to have anything going on. I don't know why. Nobody talks to me. So who if anybody knows why, or if anybody has a news flash, somebody mentioned that Aloe is going to go on vacation, or he's in hiding, or there's a whole bunch of ors.
Oh, he did mention he was going away, didn't he? He did say he was going to go.
Well, he
go
didn't the other day. He sounded like everything was good. So
don't you remember last show we did? He mentioned that he was going to go away, and he was going to show a newspaper of every country he visits or something to prove to those that he can afford to go on holiday. I don't know.
No.
So who you got on today? You got Roberto coming on. That ought to be interesting.
Well, possible.
Okay. And who else?
He could come on.
And what other wonderful guests have we got?
Well, so far I just got you and myself, and I put the hand out to other people, but they never. Let me see. Look at Facebook real fast. Yeah.
So what's happening in the room? Who's in the room today? I can't see, obviously. Been in Hangouts.
You're still locked up in Hangouts?
Yeah, well, it's easier for me to.
A Mexican Jew hanging out.
So what's the comments in the room, Kev? What's people got to say? You read out the comments in the room, Kevin. Let me hear what they got to say.
Not really much. He said he is. Well, God damn it!
What?
That's
Am I right?
About his brother's reason for running from the U.S. Well, I don't know if he ran. I think he got captured, and he got expedited back to the Philippines.
Who?
Roberto's brother.
No, I think Roberto said he breached his parole violation or something in America, and he had the option of getting deported back or whatever. I can't remember. Roberto did mention it once before, ages ago. No big deal.
Yeah, that he went back. He went back. Yeah,
Obviously,
I think it was like a parole violation.
hey, we all
I
got.
think it was go to jail or go back to the Philippines. And I think his brother chose go back to the Philippines.
Fair enough. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
from what Roberto says, he's improved his lifestyle choices, so that's good on him. At the
yeah,
end of the at the end of the day, we've all got bad apples in our family history somewhere.
yeah,
It's
that's
not the
true.
it's not the end of the world. It's got nothing. It's you know, I think you know where are we
Yeah,
going with this conversation?
yeah. Every family has some kind of problem one way or another. It's nice if we can if family members could reach out and help other family members. Mine helped me out quite a bit. I appreciated that part. So yeah, Mexican Jew, he liked to pass and bully people into. Oh,
Oh,
I think he might be talking about. I'm not sure.
there's only one bully out there, guys, and his name's Dave Phelps. Trust me.
Yeah, but I think Dave is trying to be reasonably nice. Maybe now.
Nah, fucking no way, Kevin. Look at his pattern. Look at the pattern. I failed to get my point across to Alo the other day, actually, but look at the pattern. The pattern of Dave Phelps. He started off with Peter V, right? Then he moved on to, or he tried it with me for a little bit. Then he moved on to Frank. Then he moved on to who else did he move on that's high profile? He moved on to shit, I can't think of his name now. Um, Barmer, yeah, and Jay, and it's just his and that guy that guy with the motorcycle. Now there is a pattern there of him being a bully, because first of all, he only does things to make himself feel good. Like let's start again with Peter V. Let's go back a couple of years ago when Peter V apparently called Dave's wife a bar girl. Okay, we'll go back to that. Now here we are 3 years later, and Dave still talks about it. Okay, now we'll move on a bit and we'll go to Frank. Frank fucking started a charity for some girl in a wheelchair, right?
Was
And
it Frank or was it Dave and
no, it wasn't. Dave
his
had nothing to do
community?
with it. Let me finish what I'm saying. Frank started this charity. There was an issue with $100 US, which isn't much money. They tried to basically say that Frank scammed that money, which is a load of shit. It's been proven that it's a load of shit, but Dave kept on about it. Dave tried to make out that he was being good by starting another charity for this girl to help her out. But he only did it to help
hundred
himself, not
dollars
to
is
help
quite a
that
bit.
girl. It's true. It's true. Dave only did it to help that girl just to get back at Frank. That was all. And the funny thing about it, and Frank brought this up in one of his blogs, and you should go and listen to it because it's true. Basically,
Weren't they all
without
friends
Frank,
at that time?
yeah, but Frank turned around and said basically, if it wasn't for him bringing this girl's plight into the YouTube genre, no one would have been bothered helping her. Frank not only helped her, he created Dave Phelps and them by giving her money as well. So, that's a good thing, a positive thing out of all this shit. But once again, all it is was Dave trying to get back at Frank. Now, the latest one was the girl on the motorbike. Well, the guy that buggered off and left the girl owing for a
Oh,
motorbike.
okay. I know who you're talking about now.
Right, the motorbike saga. Now, let's be honest. If Dave only fucking helped that girl just to try and make out he's better than the guy that took off to Thailand. You know, Dave only does things to make himself out to be good. That's all he does. He's only doing it just to try and cause shit. Now he's trying to get Barry's ex-girlfriends to come on a show so they can fucking talk shit about Barry. Same fucking thing. Dave Phelps is a bully. He does nothing for no one. Alo said to me the other day he was a good guy. Well, I'm sorry. I had to think about that statement and I, I just can't see
Did
it
you sleep?
myself.
Did you sleep on it?
Yeah, I did. I slept on it
You have
because
your
I thought,
thing in your hand.
well, I didn't have my anything in my hand. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
okay.
But no, I'm just saying, reckon you guys, yeah. And another thing, I'll tell you what really summed it up for me, and I forgot to tell Alo about this. And Alo, remember that day we had a show, Kevin? And there was me, you, Popeye, Barmer, Peter V, Roberto even came on. Admittedly, Roberto, well, we all know where Roberto stands with
Yeah,
Peter V,
Roberto
but
always scares off my good people.
yeah, but okay, we had everyone on there, and everyone was getting on good. It was one of the best talkback shows in
Ever,
all of YouTube
ever,
ever,
ever.
ever, exactly. And none of you guys can say it wasn't.
Well, I
But
know.
we invited Dave Phelps on. Remember that? And what was the first thing that came out of Dave Phelps' mouth? Oh,
I'm
oh,
the greatest.
apart from that, you guys, you got Peter V on here. I can't, blah blah blah. Then he turns around and he says, "Oh, if you're a friend of Peter V's, you're no friend of mine." That was his exact words. He came on as a guest on your show and then tried to bully people around on the panel by
I
turning
couldn't believe
around.
it. I remember that day very
Yeah,
well.
right. You remember
I
it?
was shocked.
Okay. Well, you guys out there in the audience, if you don't remember it, there's something wrong with you because that sums up what Dave Phelps is really like. And the sooner you guys realise that, the better off you are.
Yeah, that's
You
another
want
day I got my feelings hurt.
well, that's what I'm trying to say. I know, yeah. Well, I've said it anyway, so that's what that's the bottom line.
Yeah,
Now, if
just
Dave Phelps,
sometimes
okay, if everyone wants to say that Dave Phelps is a good guy, fine. Why didn't he just dig into his pocket and pay the 3,000 for the motorbike, and then ask, say, by the way, guys, I helped this
three
woman out.
thousand pesos or $3,000.
I'm not sure how much the bike was. Why didn't he just turn around and put his hand in his pocket and give the money to the girl, and then say to us, or say to his audience, "Oh well, guys, I helped this girl out because of what this guy did. If you want to help me, if you want to contribute back, fine." But he didn't do that, did he? He didn't put it in his pocket.
Everybody could reimburse them.
Yeah, exactly. That demonstrates what kind of man hey, like I said, he only does things so he can. It's like to try and get back at the guy he's attacking. Same with Frank.
Oh,
He did the
Frank,
same thing with Frank. Frank, we're talking $100 here,
I like Frank.
Kevin. Yeah, I like Frank too, and
He's a
I think,
scholar.
I think, I think you guys should listen to what he has to say because you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and I
Some
hope
of the
Frank
stuff that
keeps
comes
on
out of his
going.
mouth is like poetry.
But it's the truth. It's something that guy Twitchy said that impresses me.
Twitchy.
Yeah, that
Oh,
guy. I mean,
that
yeah, I
guy,
know. He's a bit of a loudmouth American too, but
he's a clown.
yeah, yeah. But I got, they talk. He talks sense. The guy said something that's very true, and it basically is this: if you speak the truth long enough, people will start to believe, will realize the truth, and sort through the bullshit. Mm.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah,
I think if Dave just stands up in the middle of the plaza and just publicly apologize to everybody, then I think things would be a little bit better.
He should just take some of Popeye's advice that he gave to Ren. Basically, get his girlfriend or his wife and his kid, and go back to America and get a job and work hard and forget about this bullshit. He's not a good expat. I don't care what anyone says, and he may have a different point of view on it, but yeah.
No, I think he's trying to do that though. So
Well, trying and doing. You see, Peter V. If we want to go back to Peter V. again, and I think Peter
that's
V. won
another
the.
gentleman.
I think Peter V. won the battle against Dave Phelps. Dave Phelps can't handle it. Even now, Peter V.'s
Hey,
gone back. He's gone back to the States, and Dave Phelps is still thinking about him. It's in his head forever.
well, I haven't heard him mention them for a while, but
I did.
no.
I did one time. I think it was. I can't
I,
remember.
I think.
Anyway, Kev, I don't want to turn this into a hate session over Peter over Dave Phelps. I was just replying to the comment in the room. You guys can have.
Sometimes people just got to stand up to him.
Well, that's it. You guys out there, it's up to you. I mean, I don't care. Like, it doesn't worry me what people think of me too. I just tell it how it is. If you don't,
Well,
like
I
it,
like, yeah. I mean, that's why I have you come on because you're like a swell guy
don't give me that
most of the
crap.
time.
Yeah. I mean, I might be wrong in some things too. I might exaggerate and cause shit too. But at the end of the day, it's YouTube. It's entertainment. It's fun.
We got Nico in the house.
Get Nico on. I want to have
Rainman a cow. That's not very nice, Nico.
get Nico on. Is that Nico the guy the military guy?
Yeah, Nico.
Yeah, get him on. I want to have a chat with him too. I haven't met him
Oh,
personally. I'm not going. No,
oh,
I'm not. No bad chat. I just want to know the guy. Jesus
oh.
Christ!
Whoa.
If he
Nico,
wants to
you
come,
want to come on? If you want to come on, I'll throw you a link. Um, no, that's what
I
yeah.
subbed to his, I subbed to his channel the other day too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How's your weather? You said it's kind of a little bit cold, a little bit nippy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's winter here. It's fucking cold.
Well, yeah, but winter, like, are we talking about like snow and chestnuts on your balls and everything, or what?
Well, it's not quite snowing where I am, but yeah, well, it's winter here. We have snow, but our wind. It's the ice. It's the wind factor here. You can get bloody cold, I tell you.
Huh?
Mind you, not as cold as Alaska, but
Way up north.
oh fuck.
But
Oh, that's a nice picture, Kevin.
hey, what is it showing me? I'm in Facebook right now, so I don't know what. But
No,
if it's a picture of me, I'm sure it is.
Nah, it's girls.
Oh, those guys get you in trouble.
Nice backdrop.
Appreciate that. I worked hard. Okay, Nico, you made me forget who I was. Is that somebody singing in the background? Is that a radio station? We're not allowed to listen to radios.
No, it's my wife's canary voice.
Really? Well, it sounds like I thought it was angels or it was a radio station.
They are angels.
Oh, see that?
Yeah, I saw those pictures. Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about your wife's voice, and you're talking about the different.
Don't shatter my dream, will you?
And oh my, you're just a heartbreaker, aren't you? Okay, there you are. Hey, Nick, I'm going to throw you a link if you want. Kiwi Mike wants to say, hey, yeah, if you understand Kiwi, you can. I mean, his accent's a little bit difficult, but,
Fuck off. We speak the proper
I
English here,
understand
pal.
that one.
We speak the proper English here, pal.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean,
We say tomato, not tomato.
profanity is like an international language, right?
Did you really drive that helicopter, Kevin?
Oh no, that's our transport. Um, I have to go out into some areas and
Oh, they chop you in and out, do they?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, I used to have a real job, but that's my internet cafe.
Oh, yeah, I'd seen that.
Yep.
Gold Rush Net Games. You
Yep.
open from
Gold
7
Rush
a.m.
Internet Cafe.
You open from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Yeah. But
Monday to Sunday.
yep, every day. Non-stop.
It's a funny tree.
Like funny ha or funny what?
Funny as in funny looking.
Oh.
It's like a
That's
mushroom or an umbrella.
yeah. That's like a close to water. Dun, dun, dun. There you go, buddy. Okay, Nico. 555. I also threw you a link also because it looked like you guys are like loitering around the room, around the bullfighting arena.
We're waiting for some action.
If you want to dodge Pee-wee's mics,
Outbursts.
yeah.
Oh, come on. I'm just stating a point. No one has to agree with me.
I never do.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Gun, how you doing? I haven't seen you for a little. I'm talking right now. Hey, Machine Gun, how you doing, brother? I haven't seen you for a while. I trust and I hope you've been feeling a lot better. Yeah. Yeah. Always nice to see you come over into the light. Yeah. Yeah, Gun. I'm always happy to see you come around. You've been around since I first opened. Do I have any email? Kevin. Do you want me to email you again? But don't send to work.
You lost a bit of weight in that photo.
Yeah. We have our friends in Japan saying hi to us. How you all doing?
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Don't say konnichiwa with an Australian or with a New Zealand accent. It just doesn't sound right.
Konnichiwa.
Sounds like some kind of like something like something.
As long as they understand what I say.
I don't even understand what you say. It
Well,
woke me up.
Your Japanese visitors will.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a little bit of everybody coming around.
Oh, you're so international now, Kevin.
Well, I appreciate everybody too. Okay, I send you a messenger.
There must be nothing happening on YouTube to visit us.
Oh, okay. Hey, here you go, Nico. I'll do your email. Mike, can you wait a moment with the sarcasm? You know, I can't. Hello, ladies. I just seen all those girls for a moment, and it threw me off.
The Eli Go-Go bar, was it?
I didn't go nowhere, honest officer. Whoa! Good morning to you. Hey, there's some good guys in Mexico. Nico, how you doing, brother?
Hola, compadres. How are you?
We
Good.
we we are doing good, man.
I just got
We're
home from work.
looking at some senoritas
Yeah,
and
there we
and
go.
Hello,
some
how are you,
girls.
my friend?
Mike,
Oh,
I think
sorry. Was
Nico
he?
said, "How you doing?"
Oh, sorry, mate. I didn't realise you were talking to me. Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Oh, I'm
Nice
sorry.
to.
I didn't know if there was a delay. That's why I stayed quiet. How you doing, my friend?
Good, good. Nice to meet you.
No, no, pleasure's mine. Always a pleasure. That was very nice of you to say. If you served in the military, thank you for your service as well.
Oh, I'd like to say that, but I don't. I haven't served in the military.
Have you? Do you have family that have served?
No. Oh well, yeah, yeah, sort of. Not. I'm not American.
Oh no, that's it. No, that's okay. It's actually that's what makes you that's what makes you a little better.
I appreciate your service, though. A lot
No,
of
no,
people
I
have
thank you.
spoken about it.
Thank you.
That's all right, mate. I'm
And
just
I
go.
do love you. I do love your accent. I know he doesn't like it much, but I like your accent.
Kevin does. He just likes giving me a hard time.
No, no, no. Seriously, I don't like your accent
Oh, here we go. Here we
because
go. Now the
it reminds me like of Frodo Baggins and
Oh
those guys,
Jesus!
fucking
Gandalf.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I always tell you to tell them I said hi, but you never do. So it kind of made me a little bit bitter.
Thanks, pal.
Oh, wow. No, I'm just getting ready for working a part time and trying to get ready for when I get back to the Philippines, getting everything organized and a little, little by little, nothing major.
Hey,
I
hey,
don't want to
hey,
do things the
Dave.
wrong way.
It's 38. I'm sorry, but
Where
it's
you headed this
38
time?
people.
Where,
Honestly, my
Well,
brother, I don't know. I don't know. I really like Cebu because I got comfortable with it. But this time, This time, I think I'm gonna be a pack rat. This time, I'm gonna get like a backpack. I'm bringing my military. I'm gonna bring my military
38.
knapsack and my sleeping bag and do a lot of traveling. Just to go to different
I put
provinces. Stay a couple of days here, stay a couple of days there.
I put
yeah.
you on timeout right now.
But I don't know where I'm going to stay. I have to stay near a hospital because of the VA, but I don't have to stay at the VA since I'm 100% disabled. I think that from what I've heard, the VA does reimburse me for traveling, but it's not about the money. It's about I want to make sure because since I've been a single man a long time, and I'm not going to have that person there to look over me. And if anything happens, I want to be able to have accessibility to the hospital.
Yeah, fair enough too. I mean,
Sure.
I'm a bit like that. I mean, not. I'm not a disabled person, but with my diabetes and that, it's a big deal to get travel to another
Hell
country.
yeah. I was
You got,
diagnosed with pre-diabetic. If in the next 5 years, if I don't lose
just
at least 30, 40 pounds,
yeah,
that's what made me started to go to the gym a lot. And they're like, she's like, right now you're fine. I was like, okay. She goes, but in the next 5 years, if I check you, I can guarantee you, if you don't lose some of that weight, then it's not going to be good for you. And I said, well, you know what? It's fine because I'm going to make it happen. And I've been going to the gym. I got a little lazy this week. I ended up running into some issues this week with some mood swings with my medication, and I ended up having a really bad show the other day. But
Hey, Dave, how many accounts do you need to come on the show with?
say that again.
Dave, he came on with two different accounts, and I just asking him. I mean, which one do
Oh
you
no, no, I
need?
only got one, just different avatars.
No, I'm talking about Dave,
Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry.
Mr. Phelps, because I think he's a little bit bitter because I'm catching up to him
Like
on
how
views
many,
right now.
how many things he's done?
Well, because he was just poking fun at me.
no,
He was
with the diabetes there, Nico. Yeah, just watch what you eat, mate. Basically, and they'll keep the weight down. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
A-
And I never
as you,
thought. Go ahead.
as you
I'm
get
sorry.
older, as you get older, obviously, you tend to pack it on a bit, and your eating
Oh
habits
my God!
dictate.
Seriously, Jerry cut hairpiece.
Yeah, no, you're right. The and again, you don't lose it as quickly as you gained it.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have a real. I mean, for the most part,
Oh,
I have really good discipline. What kills me is the fact that I do everything alone. So I have to learn how to eat every 2 hours, whether I want to or not. You have to. Your body needs a certain amount of nutrients every couple of hours. So now I've been getting it down pat. What works for you may not work for me. So I have to, of course, figure out the pattern that's going to work for me.
Yeah, yeah. Did you hear that, Kevin? Because
yeah.
Kevin used to complain. He says every time I speak to him, I'm always eating. I tried to tell Kevin that being a diabetic, you've got to eat regular.
Oh, my father's diabetic. He eats like he eats. He doesn't want to eat, but you have to eat a lot.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Hey,
listen,
Dave,
Kevin.
when you
Listen
came
up,
here,
pal.
did you let off all the trolls? Because I never seen some of these guys before.
Well, that's good.
Jerry's hairpiece. What?
Yeah, that's I'm glad what you said about the shows because I'm doing the best I can to keep that show as clean as, and it's going to stay clean. It's just people have become so redundant on some of these, and again, to each his own.
Mark.
I'm not calling any shows out or anything, but I hear a lot of people always saying, "Well, the trolls this and people that," and that's every single time. It's the same freaking subject on every freaking show, or the subject has been flipped a little bit different, or it's subliminal. It's become subliminal.
Hey,
I have to admit, Nico, I'm a major cause of some of it too, I suppose. But
hey, at least you're honest. At least you're honest. You stand up and you come out and say, I'm a cause of that shit. But you're honest. Some people they hide behind not just. I don't care about the avatar, but a lot of people I never said that, and yes, you did. But I'd rather make the show, have somebody come on. I have a friend of mine. He's a veteran as well. He's very interested in he doesn't want to do shows, but he's very interested. And next show I'm going to have Kevin on the show. Hopefully he'll have time to come on the show.
oh, Kevin, yeah, he's full of wisdom.
Yeah.
He's full of something.
One of my tools.
And of course, I would like you to come on the show as well, kid. Again, I do the show for this next show I'm going to do. It's about people that they keep talking about how the Philippines are, but they're not telling you, what's in the Philippines. They keep telling you how bad it is, but they don't tell you how good things are.
No, well, that's the problem. You see, what you mainly hear, and it's probably through just even I'm included too in a point, but basically it's old guys moaning about the negative side of the Philippines. You're right. There's no one ever says anything good about it.
No, and the bad's not a problem. Like you said, the bad's not a problem. But I heard. I'm not gonna ever say I would never call out anybody personally. I hope nobody thinks that I'm calling them out. I heard a comment today on a show. It said, well, depending on where you go in the Philippines, it can be very dangerous. Let me tell you something. No matter where you go in the Philippines with the wrong intentions, you're going to get smacked up, beat up, thrown up. If you disrespect the culture, you can be in the...
Depends.
Go ahead.
It's so dangerous.
Say that again?
It's dangerous in any
all wrong intentions. It's
exactly. If I go to Mongo Square, because when I went there in Cebu, that was the first place that I actually went to because I didn't know where the bars were. So everyone's like, well, I asked the taxi driver, and he goes, I'll take you to a place. And then someone says, this area is really bad. And I said, well, that is where I grew up. And if you show that you have bad intentions and you start acting ignorant and you start treating people with disrespect. I'm not saying that just because you do that, it's safer, but you have a higher percentage to get away, and not so much get away, but you have a higher percentage of having a better time.
Nice, though.
You just got to be nice. You know, you don't get complacent. Don't go over there thinking that your shit don't stink, you know, and don't go over there treating people with disrespect. And someone asks you for a beer. Hey, what the hell does a beer fucking cost? It costs what? 2 or 3 pesos? Look at that. Hey, have a beer. Let's go. And then if you feel like something's out of whack, follow your friggin' gut and get the hell out. But don't sit there and be like, well, this is the worst part of the Philippines because your dumb ass stayed there and you actually were looking for it because you should have left when you had the chance. But some people, they just go over there and then they get complacent.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to know when to stop.
Yeah, and you got to know when to leave. You know what I mean? Because remember, you're in another country. You're not down the street in a different area. You're not in New York going to New Jersey. You're in another country, so you gotta you can't get complacent. You gotta get shit together, and you know. And I'm not like I said, I'm not saying that every inch, you know, of the Philippines. But if you go looking for something, you're gonna get something, and if you don't, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, for that day, you know. But if you have a messed up attitude,
exactly,
sooner or later it's gonna catch up.
It's gonna catch up with you. It's gonna catch up with you. And then people, you know, if you're sitting there, you know, spitting and spatting and disrespecting the women and disrespecting the men, let me tell you, that's not gonna last long.
Yeah, don't have a chip on your shoulder.
Yep. Just go there and enjoy the culture, enjoy the people, enjoy. You know, if somebody gets upset with you, hey, I apologize. I don't know, you know, or make sure you go with somebody that speaks the language too. You know, hey, tell them I said I'm sorry.
Anyway, Nico, when you get back to the Philippines, you'll find yourself a woman. You'll be right.
Well, I'll be honest with you. This time I'm gonna go do some traveling, and it would be kind of cool. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you that it wouldn't be some time. My daughters keep pushing me to get to know someone, but. You know, brother, I've been a single father for so long that I think I come across really harsh, you know? I come across very, very harsh. So my daughters are like, Dad, you're 46. You know, come on, Dad. You know, yeah, you're healthy. You're starting to look better, but you need someone in your life. So if I'm blessed with someone, I got to, you know, because you know how it is in the Philippines. You got to be careful. You know, you can't just... everyone's going to be like, oh, my God, there he is. He's alone. He's up. No, you got to be very careful. But if I'm blessed, it would be a good blessing. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, just take your time, you know. Fucking, it will happen.
Yeah, I'm in no hurry.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, we got 5-5 in the house.
5-5.
Hey, Nico.
5-5. What's going on, brother?
Oh, just got home from work. I'm glad to talk to you finally. I tried to friend you on Facebook, but I haven't got a response yet.
Oh, hit me up on Messenger. Brother, I've been procrastinating fixing that freaking Facebook because I don't get into it. I can send stuff into it. I can't get into it. I don't know how this shit works because I'm always on Messenger, but I swear, guys, I'm going to get that Facebook fixed.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it's Facebook's more complicated than it used to be years ago. There's so much stuff involved with it now.
But yeah, but make sure, please, hit me up on all of you guys. Just look me up, Nico Rodriguez. You can't miss my face. It's on the Messenger. Hit me up.
And
okay, I found the one that had your logo.
Interesting face too.
Hey Kevin, what's up? You get that internet fixed? It was pretty bad the other night. I gave up 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I'm glad I got it. Sometimes we have glitches but right now it's going good, and you know, right afterwards when it started going good, the show took off pretty good. So yeah, I'm just glad I stuck with it instead of calling it quits. I just kept on going, and yeah.
So Nico. Hopefully you're not sore at me for my comments I left on your show the other day about charities.
No. Let me tell you, brother. Listen, I'm glad. See, this is what I talk about. I always mention it to Kevin. I'm glad you mentioned that. Nah, brother. You have your right to your opinion, and I would never knock anybody from doing that. You know, I know it's very tough to have the right intentions at heart. And I'm going to be, it's a fight that I'm going to probably lose because there's more people that have abused the system. And me wanting to help it's not going to go so well because people really don't understand like that. Not everybody, I'm not going to go buy a Ferrari. I'm not going to go buy stuff, but my heart's in the right place. And if it ever comes that it comes to, to time that I can actually go help and people, are more encouraging than negative, then I might take it up. But you were right in a lot of things. I would never take that, your opinion from you.
All right, man, I'm going to tell you about a few experiences with me in the Philippines being charitable. And let me tell you, all eyes are on you when you're out there walking around. I went out there one time with my fiance. This is back in 2010. And we had a whole big bag full of, chips and sodas. And I thought it would be a good idea to hand this stuff out. And after about 2 minutes, all of a sudden, about 12 street kids surrounded us and grabbed that bag and shredded it, and it started a big fight in the street.
See, because what I'm thinking of doing is somebody had given me a good idea. Go to the different barangays, see what the areas that are done, then find out who the barangay leader is in that area, and then address it and say, which family needs the most help. Then get a congregation of maybe 10 or 20 mothers, you know what I mean? What is it they need? Well, they need food. Okay, give it to the barangay, but have them come to the barangay hall and collect their stuff so it will always be under control, you know what I mean?
Nah, I wouldn't trust it. I don't agree one bit. You know how...
Really?
No, hell no. You know how some of those politicians win elections there? They go door to door with their little card or flyer that says elect me, and they staple some pesos to it. Now, those people, if they accept that, they got to vote for that guy.
Hi,
Jay.
Jay.
If they don't, people will rat them out, and everybody will know. And everybody in the Philippines, they gossip like crazy. I mean, text messages are like wildfire.
Yeah, that's true. Everything's viral on freaking Facebook. They'll talk to each other in seconds. See, and that's the thing that I like to hear. Do you mind if I ask your first name?
Yeah, it's George.
George, I would. This is the kind of stuff that I want to know because there has to, it has to be another way to do it because you're right. And if you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have known that part. You see, that's why it's good to communicate because I hear so much hatred, and that's and it's okay, but and I respect again. I respect people like, what the hell's wrong with you? Hey, listen, just because you're walking down that path doesn't mean that I got to walk down that same path. But if there's a way that I can give without having to over maybe, or do something bad, then it would be great. But you'll never know until you start talking to people.
Well, I'm going to have to give you some harsh words on this. It ain't going to change anything what you do. The only thing it's going to do is make you feel better. They're not. You could give them a ton of money, and they're just going to give it away and piss it away. I hate to say it.
Well, no, I would never give, like, if someone would have given me $10, I would never give them $10. I would see, like, an example. If I saw, like, the last time I was there, I went to Cebu in SM Cebu, and of course, when you're in SM Cebu, all those kids, we are, are pushed away from the police. They're like, get out, stop begging. But I saw a couple of girls running around with just panties, and I was like, oh man, look, I can buy freaking sandals and a T-shirt. That's what I would do. I'd be like, here, and just give it to them and walk away. No, I wouldn't make a video. I don't want glorification, but I would tell people I just want, this little girl some sandals and some T-shirt. I can't save everyone, but if I can get the little girl dressed for the time being, it would make me feel really good.
Yeah, I would. If you were really determined on charities, I'd do it through the church. They're the ones that go out and cook free meals every day and actually.
There you go.
People.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. The church. There you go. See, I wouldn't even have thought about that.
Well, there's so many different churches, so you just pick what church that you belong to, and then you can do it like that.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good idea. See.
The churches are the only ones that really stand up for the poorest people. They even keep people hidden inside of the church when they're being persecuted.
Yeah.
All right, good. There you go. George, thank you. That's what I'm talking about right there.
There's a couple of churches, so-called churches by foreigners there that are just rotting the system as well.
Oh,
if you want to give to charity, give it to a government organisation. It's as simple as that, guys. Well, otherwise, like George said, you're just
Throwing it away.
self-gratification.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're just throwing it away.
Well, you're giving them money and you're giving them, which is all fine, but it's you're not saving the world and you don't actually improve anything.
Well, that's true.
Filipinos always give their money away to their families.
What I used to do at my Christmas
Charity
time,
begins at home, guys. You got to remember that one rule.
you know what?
You don't see
at my
Filipinos doing
time,
this.
during Christmas time, in my barangay area, that's where I would have like freebies and stuff. Go around giving out.
Oh yeah, that's
stuff.
different.
Because because you see that's in my barangay, and these are people that we know and everything. So, I think it's more appreciated because everybody knows us and everything.
Yeah,
but
and again,
that's
I'm
all
not
right
gonna...
if it's out of your. That's all right if it's out of your pocket, but if you're doing something like a Patreon where you're asking other people to donate because you want to go and save some children.
Oh no!
And the village or something.
Out of pocket.
Yeah. Another thing I never heard you guys talk about are the little street gangs. There are these street kids, like 12 and under. They hang out in packs of like a dozen, and I've seen them roll people up, man.
Oh, I did a video on that. I did a video on that in the beginning, George. In the beginning when I was there, because I went and bought little 4 kids little burgers, and then I think like 7 or 8 of them try to come to me. And I was with a buddy of mine. Luckily, they didn't know I was with my buddy, the one that was a Filipino. And the Filipino came over, and they were all walking towards me. And I told the Filipino, "You tell them that I don't care if they're kids. I'm about ready to start jabbing and punching down teeth down some throat if they come over to me and try to take my money." So he comes over and goes, he started talking Tagalog or Cebuano. And he told him, he goes, if he hits you, don't come over here crying to me. He go, don't go get your parents, because he's trying to be nice as he's walking by. He's trying to buy you guys some burgers because they were only like 30 pesos, and you buy one, you get one free. And you're right. You got to be careful because you think it's the guys that are going to get you. The little kids, let me tell you, they carry knives just as much. They're allowed to carry knives. I carried a little, maybe 3 or 4 inches inside my backpack when I went out but I didn't go inside the places because of the metal detectors. But I protected myself, but I would never want to harm anybody. But I was not just concerned about the big dudes, man. The older Filipinos, those little dudes, people forget there's 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds. There's some kids that pile up on you.
Yeah, you got to stay out of it and mind your own business because there's too many eyes on you. And if you get in a fight with these street kids, there's going to be some local there that hates foreigners, and they'll make up a story to law enforcement, and you're going to be all fucked up.
Yeah.
But that's why I like to have those little kids. If you're on their side, you like I said, you give them like Christmas time, you give them out candy and all these stuff when they go out Christmas caroling, and then because there's so many eyes, and if they're your friends. And they see what's going on. And if somebody's trying to break into your house, these kids see what's going on. And then they'll report back to you and they'll let you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, you know
it's about involvement.
I'll tell you how extreme these street kids can get. And I was in Makati, I think that was 2015, near Burgos Street, hanging out and at the Red Planet. And I seen this dude come walking back to the hotel from Australia, and he was covered in shit. Guy just stunk. And then I didn't know what happened, and I talked to another friend of mine that was there. We found out later that he got robbed by the street kids. And what they do is they walk up to you with one hand open and beg for money. And if you tell them no, 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 then they take their hand around their backside and with a pile of human shit in their other hand, and they threaten to throw it on you unless you pay them. This guy got nailed. They threw human shit all over him, and I saw it.
He should have paid.
No, there is a point. You're right. I hate to say this word because, okay, I don't give to the needy. Like I gotta say the word because the needy is not just. I don't give to the beggars. If they come up to me and says, "Hey, give me 5 pesos," it's not that I won't give them. I'll give them like a T-shirt or shorts or something. But like you said, go to an entity that's going to help. generally in a bigger group, because if you give to the beggars, you're not helping. You're not helping the cause on that end.
No. Okay. Have you ever noticed you go into like mini stop 7-Eleven, at least in Manila, right at the front counter are big displays full of crazy glue and super glue. And I always wondered what the hell that was, and I thought it was for them fixing their shoes, and it's not. It's usually for those street kids beg for money and they come and buy glue and then they're getting high off it.
Well, you know what I heard, and again, I was talking to a buddy of mine. They wear gloves. The little kids, they wear gloves, and they put glue, but not the crazy glue. They buy glue and they put it's like really sticky. So they put it on their glove, and when you go give them, some people are very generous. Some people will be like, here's I mean, I can assume you're taking, I don't know the currency because I never really paid attention, but you take money out of your pocket knowing, hey, they're just kids, and they smack your hand and it gets stuck to the glove and they run.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I actually saw a glue trap at an ATM machine one time, and what they do is they put glue where the cash is supposed to dispense, and the money won't come out, and people think something's wrong with it and walk away. Then some dude walks up to him, peels the glue off, and pulls the cash out.
You're gonna laugh at this, George. Not laugh, but I went to ATM twice. I went to the one, and again, I always go to the one in SM Cebu, and it didn't give me the money. Twice. I went to two different ones, and then I called my bank the next day, and I said, listen, I didn't get this money. I got the receipt, but I didn't get the money. Didn't say the thing was offline, so that could have been definitely something that happened.
Yeah, I got ripped off by an ATM machine at least twice on my travels there.
Yeah, they gave me the money back, but because they called the bank, and they're like, yeah, well, they couldn't argue about it because he's like, look, the guy didn't get the money. So what do you want us to tell you? You have to reimburse us. And they reimbursed. I guess there's something between them. The banks, they always have a communication. So they return in my bank, the Western Union I deal with, they give it to you, no questions asked.
Yeah, and my opinion, traveling to the Philippines, you got to have an exit plan in case shit happens. You got to be able to get out of there.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, that's kind of a must now.
If someone finds a way to get a corrupt police officer to file charges on you and frame you up for something, you need to get the hell out of there.
I got my number registered with the the national the embassy and all the other stuff. Anything, the moment something happens, well, not only even from them, if you don't get a text message or an email from them, you still got to get an exit plan, because it could be people that you did somebody wrong, or somebody made you look out to be like you did something wrong.
Yeah, and people are liars there, man. They'll make up false statements, and you'll be screwed.
Oh shit! I was told about women. The first time I was there, I was told be careful with the women. Women can easily blame you for rape and invite 19 brothers and 18 cousins. And then you're screwed, because remember, we are the foreigner. Our word ain't going to mean shit there for the most part.
Now, guys, I thought we were not going to be talking negative about the Philippines.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. You know what? You're right. But there are some beautiful, beautiful.
Okay. 99% of the times, it's always more fun in the Philippines. But,
I agree.
Some of the bad times
guys,
have really bugged me.
Yeah, no, you guys are talking about a small percentage, and like you say, it boils down to one thing: it's the areas you visit or the associations.
Yes, there you go.
If you want, yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, well, no, you're 100%
anyway. What else is new?
Well, stuff's out of your control. I got robbed at the airport there, and that was completely out of my control. They threatened to
at the
plant
airport.
drugs
You got
on me.
robbed?
Well, I'll tell you something that was interesting. My last visit, me and my wife were coming. We were heading home to our place in Manila there, and we were coming from the airport, and we were traveling along, along the road there, Quezon Avenue or whatever it was, and you know how the traffic is there at around 6 or 7 o'clock at night. Well, it's bumper to bumper, right? And there was a few jeepneys there, and they were chock-a-block full of people. And I noticed this woman talking on the phone in a jeepney. They're all sitting there and she's on her phone chatting. And next minute, I see this guy run up the middle of the traffic and snatch the phone right out of her hand.
Oh shit!
Gone. I wish I had got it on video.
That would have been a definitely good video.
But honestly, I mean, you hear about stuff like that, and like, to be honest, I'm probably a bit divorced from reality as far as I don't associate myself in those sort of areas, slum areas.
Yeah.
But
well, Nico, you mentioned you talked about the U.S. Embassy, and man, I've done my homework and talked to a lot of people there over the last 10 years, and the only thing the U.S. Embassy is going to do for you if you end up in jail there, they're going to make sure you're getting fed, food and water, and that's it. And they don't give a shit.
Oh, they don't give a shit. No. They no, I'm saying mostly because if something were to happen, and let's just say we're supposed to get out of there, I need to find out. Because George, that's a good point. I'll tell you why. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and again, I'm not a big thing. I didn't go to the military to carry a title, because some people have made many, many comments about, oh, he thinks he's a hero. No, I didn't go to be a hero. I did a job. I came home. Yes, I got injured. Yes, I did a job just like everybody else. I don't expect special treatment from nobody just because of my commitment to what I wanted to do. But in the embassy, when you go in, there's a guy you talk to, and you have to let him know that you were prior military, and you want to be informed if there's anything to do with what's that thing called? Like what's going on in Mandawi?
Yeah, you're talking about travel alerts and.
Yeah, and if there's any activity in your area, they are supposed to inform you. That is, but will they do it? I don't know.
Well, if you see a mosque every other block, you're walking in the wrong area.
Is this the church that Devin was talking about?
But you guys got to realize. You guys have got to realize one thing, and I'm afraid that America, it's inbuilt. Americans think that they've got a right to a lot of things in other countries. At the end of the day, your embassies are there to help you guys go back to your countries if you get into trouble. But they don't. But they don't govern. You still got to respect the laws of the country you're in.
Exactly.
Now, that's the bottom line. You guys talk about the American embassy as if it's some sort of god, and unfortunately. It's not. It's just
no, and it is not. No, it's more for your protection. Well, it's supposed to be for the protection. Hey, if you guys got to get out, we can get you out of there. But it doesn't. It doesn't ever work that way. You're just a hand me down. Let me see if I can get to Nico real quick. If I can't, we did what we can. Is what our story is going to say.
No, they'll help you out if you're in trouble. But I mean, you got to remember one thing: it depends on the trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go and kill someone or something like that, well then they'll like George says, they'll probably the only thing they can really do is make sure that you're fed properly and your rights are taken care of. But the bottom line is, you guys. You guys are governed by the rules of the country that you're in.
Exactly. And that's where people get complacent. That's where people get complacent. They think just because the embassy's there, that I just have to go down there. And no. Don't think because you guys keep saying, and not you guys, but people keep saying on all these shows, embassy. And I'm like, listen, embassy's not there to fucking bail you out. They'll help you.
And a lot of these guys that tend to get themselves into strife are used 9 times out of 10. They've created their own problems.
Their own problems, exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm glad that there is an embassy that helps. And George made a good point. I'm glad there's an embassy that helps. But some of these guys, they know the law. Like George had mentioned, some people use the law to their advantage, and they turn around and they freaking juice the system. They don't pay for 5 or 6 years. Then they enjoy and they juice up the country, and then they go and say, listen, can you help me get out of the country? Yeah, I'll pay it back, but they'd rather stay blacklisted than pay for it.
I don't agree. The embassy's not going to help you. I talked to the gentleman that works in the Manila embassy when I was at the airport, standing in line for a good 20 minutes, and he said the only people they can pull out of a jam are people that work at the embassy or people that have the diplomatic immunity?
Well, it depends what kind of jam. I mean, I've heard of cases where, not so much American cases, but if people get into trouble, they're bonded to the government. If they need help to get home, they get home.
Yeah, they pay your fee to get home. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to pay, but you pay it back. It's not a gift. It's not.
Yeah, you got to pay it back. Yes.
Yeah, it's like anything. It's the government's not there to bail. The embassy's not there to bail you out.
Yeah, they're not a bank.
Yes, and some of these guys, they'd rather stay blacklisted. They'll stay there for 4. I mean, again, I don't know how many years they stay or how long they stay. They juice it, and then they come back and go to the embassy and say, "Listen, because there's a program." Again, I don't know the name of the program. I heard it in someone's show. There's a program that they pay for you to go back home, but you gotta pay the money back. And most of these guys, when you don't pay the money back, you're blacklisted. So they'd rather stay blacklisted than pay the money.
They're not blacklisted from the. Well, that's not so much the Philippines government. They'll be blacklisted from leaving America.
No, you're only blacklisted on going into that country.
Into that country.
Pay the country back.
Yes. No, until you pay the loan.
Yeah, we're talking two different things, Kevin. You're talking about if you've been deported by the Philippines, or whether you've been deported, or whether you've been helped by America. Let's say America. That your embassy.
Okay.
If your embassy helps you leave the country because you're broke or whatever, that's fine. But you have to pay them back. If you don't pay them back, they may put an embargo where you can't leave the country.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I
meant.
Just
freeze your passport until you they won't issue a new one until you.
There you go. That's what I meant. Thank you.
But you can be blacklisted from a particular country and still free to travel. But you have to disclose. The problem with a lot of countries is you have to disclose that fact. One of the main questions they ask you if you want to visit: have you ever been deported or removed or done anything illegal in any other country? Yes or no. If you answer no, well then fine. If you answer yes, they may stop you from visiting there too.
Got you. There you go. That's what. Thank you for correcting that. There you go. I mean, you just got to be careful. But George, I appreciate that because you guys are giving me more. Like I said, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it by myself. You know what I mean? I just thought I was really trying to do something, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't know that that it's been that bad. You know, with everybody saying, "Well, be careful because you're gonna be in the limelight. You're gonna be a target for everyone." And I'm like, I didn't care about the target, but what I cared about was what other people go through because of trying to help. Because there's people that have abused that situation, but you guys have given me a different way of turning.
There's another thing too, Nico. A lot of Asian countries mistake kindness as some form of weakness.
True.
And what bottom line is, mate, if you want to go to the Philippines or any of these countries, go for it. If you want to help out some kids in the street with some lollies or something, that's all good. But don't make it a career choice. You know.
I got you.
Just be kind, be good, and just be low profile.
Gotcha. No, that's the advice that I've been getting. Everyone's like, if you're gonna do it privately. If you're gonna put it on your page, don't talk about it. Don't make videos about it. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just do it. And you're right. Keep a low profile. Nothing big. Nothing major. That makes a lot more sense.
I'll tell you what, Nico. It's a total unnecessary risk from the stuff that I've seen there to be doing that.
Yeah, and the other scenario too is it's illegal. You got to be a registered charity to do that sort of stuff anyway.
Okay, there you go. See, that's what. There you go.
But Nico. But in saying that, mate. And saying that, there was a conversation back on the Riff Raff channel that got me interested. And the point here is, if you want to do a Patreon, mate, you go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do that. No one's going to judge you for putting up a Patreon, as long as you're being straight up. If you say if your Patreon's there to help you get to the Philippines, then that's your choice.
Kevin, I'm kind of late for the show. What happened with that old guy trying to raise $7,000? Has anyone actually contributed to that?
I'm not, like I said, I'm not following what's going on, but Kiwi Mike was talking a little bit about it earlier.
You know what?
Nico,
He
turn your
needs a
music
ticket
down.
home. He don't need to stay there.
Turn your music down, mate. Nico, you got some noises in the background there.
Oh, that was me. I'm cleaning. So I'm sorry. I ended up dropping some shit. No, what happened, George, was someone sent me a link. Okay, I don't know if it started with me, but somebody sent me a link, and they said, Julio, I know you're always out there trying to help people. Can you please put this on your show? So I said, okay, let me see what's going on. Let me watch the video. And I did the video, and then all of a sudden, what I said on the video was, guys, listen, I don't know if there's anything real. I don't know if it's reliable. I know the guy doesn't look like a liar to me. I don't know what's going on, but you guys make your own judgment. Because, you know, the way things are going, I said, you guys make your own judgment call. The guy's having an issue. I don't know what it is completely. Please look at it, but there's no reason why we can't look at that when we look at every other video and we look at every other thing that we're watching. So take a look and make your own judgment call. So then I had people telling me online, you know, this is his choice. And I said, well, it doesn't matter where he chooses to be with, as long as he's getting the money for the right reasons. And it's a real reason, you know, because if I chose to stay in the Philippines because I didn't want to fly and I didn't want to risk nothing for whatever reason, so that means I shouldn't get any help. No, but again, I left it up to everybody's discretion. Then everybody started saying, well, he was in the VA, he was a veteran. And I said, listen, that's why I said, I don't know this guy personally. I don't know what's going on.
Did anyone listen to my conversation before?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I just got home from work. I didn't know.
Okay, well, I'll sum it up to you once again for those that
go ahead, please.
That care to listen, or this guy Michael, right? He's done the stunt before, right? He's had a heart attack before. Now, my issue is one issue only. Basically, it's this: this guy owns land in America. He's got money. He's got assets.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, right. Now, he turns around and asks people for $7,000. Now, I don't know about you guys, but $7,000 is not a lot of money to get, even if you are poor. Right?
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
No, it's not.
No, that's what he meant.
No, it's not a lot of money. It's a lot of money in one respect, but it's not a lot of money if you've got assets.
Yeah, okay? I got you. If you got assets, right? Yeah, if you got things that add up to more than that, yeah.
Now, this guy has land. Now, he stated in one of his videos that he says, stuff that. Basically, he says, stuff that. I'm not going to give up my land that I worked hard for 30 years so some hospital can take it for my medical needs. Now,
well, he should have had insurance. He should have bought gap insurance.
He should have. It doesn't matter whether he's got insurance. He's got money. Why is he?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Why give up all that shit? Well, your life is more important than your fucking assets.
Exactly. And it sounds a bit suspect because I don't know. Maybe some of these older guys that have listened to his videos might recall he's done this before. He's had a heart attack before. So he knows that he's not medically well.
Well, I'm going to be a little politically incorrect. And this guy, I think he just wants to stay for the booty loo. That's the only reason he's sticking around. He needs to go home.
Yeah, he needs to
pay for heart surgery.
He needs to pay for it himself. And this is the biggest con. This guy, because everyone's jumped on the bandwagon and a lot of well-known YouTubers have felt sorry for him. Maybe they know him or whatever, but the point being here is he's got assets, so he's got money. Why should he be asking for money to pay? Why should other people pay for his operation when he's got money and access to funds and medical care?
See, and that's good to know because I didn't know that. You know, I didn't know that he had. That's why I made sure, and I said it like I swear I must have said it like
I'll give you
40 times.
I'll give you another example, and I hate going back to it because I'm not picking on anyone here either.
No, I know what you're speaking from what you know.
I'll give you an example of a person that deserved help and a person that doesn't deserve help. Michael doesn't deserve help. Barry deserved help. Now, you're going to say to me, what the fuck? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I believe Barry deserves the help. Because Barry hasn't got money. Barry didn't have money to buy his teeth. Barry doesn't have access to any healthcare or funds back in the States. Now he put up a Patreon, whatever, to get his teeth done, and people donated to that. And those that donated, that's their business. And Barry did what he did. He got his teeth. Whereas Michael, the guy that's got the big blog, he's a big-time blogger that has got assets in America, money and access to medical care, turns around and says he wants $7,000 for his medical expenses. Well, I think Barry is more deserving than Michael. I'm sorry to say, guys. Now, some people out there may be screaming at me right now, but that is the honest God's truth.
Hey, and if that's how you, and again, if the way you're making it sound, I agree with you. I mean, not because, if someone doesn't have insurance, if someone does, and one has assets, that's nothing wrong with that. And people are going to hate on it. Yeah, they're going to hate on it because they may not understand the whole situation of how you're trying to explain it. But if someone has assets, that means their assets are worth something.
Yeah, well, so, the point being is, if they've got money, they don't need to ask other people for it.
Okay, the booty loo don't last forever. The booty loo don't last forever. If you get old and sick, it's time to go, man. You had your time.
Well, if the guy's
you don't
sick,
make everyone else pay.
I don't care. I mean, if the guy's sick and he wants to live in the Philippines, that's fine, but he's got to support himself. If he's got assets, he can do that. He's trying to imply that he doesn't have assets or anything, then he's a liar, because he's already stated on his video or stated in a comment to another person that he says that he's got land and he worked hard for it for 30 years. Why should he give it up because he's sick? That's what he basically said.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's what he basically said.
Well, do you hear what happened to me? Supposedly, I was doing a GoFundMe to buy a ticket to the Philippines because I was poor. And I said, where the hell did this shit come from? I didn't ask nobody for a friggin' dime. I'm not rich.
Well, I heard about poor. That. I remember.
Yeah, that. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. And then it pissed me off because there was where the hell did that come? I'm honestly like, where the hell did that come from? And I said, listen, I might have asked to help, but I didn't ask help for me financially because I can afford the ticket. I can afford to stay. I can stay up to 6 months, and then I recur with the house payments. I can recur because I'm renting my house, so I can live comfortably. I'm not going to live like a king. I'm going to live comfortably. So where all that shit come from, I have no idea. So that's why when you said what you said, I have never heard that part of it. That's awesome that you said it, because again, I don't know the guy personally, so I don't know. But from what you told me, I'm glad now I know more about it.
I don't know the guy from a bar of soap. I just read what I read and formed my own conclusion. And at the end of the day, why give money to someone that's got the ability to save himself? I'd rather give money to someone who wants to go on holiday than that. As long as they're being straight up and honest, the choice is up to the person giving the money. At the end of the day, if you want to give money to this guy Michael, it's got nothing to do with me. I've got an opinion. But I think, and I would say, wow, you're a stupid person for giving him money. But that's your business.
That's your opinion. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Yeah. That's your opinion. You're not going to get upset because someone,
I'm just stating a fact that a lot of people, they're all on the hype, because the thing about people in general is they're kind people, and they feel sorry for a guy that's had a heart attack and whatever, and that's understandable. But everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. They don't realise that this guy's been living in the Philippines with the same issues for 3 or 4 or 5 years, and he's been
around for a while.
Yeah, exactly. And he's not a small time YouTuber. So, this is what gets me. He's got money tucked away. He's got abilities to save himself, but he's not. And that's wrong.
I understand. Dishonest. He gets money coming in because he gets
dishonest,
money.
Kevin. There's a difference. When you ask for money and you ask for help because you are broke and poor and you've got nothing and it's a life or death situation. He's using this life or death situation when he could bail himself out. That's the issue.
Yeah.
That's where it becomes, the point with me. Now, if you guys want to give money to that, that's fine. That's your business.
Yeah.
Good on you. But I'm just saying.
That you wouldn't be involved in it. I got you.
Nah, I wouldn't have a bar of them. I to be honest.
I got you.
And
That's honest. And that's an honest thing to say. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hold you responsible. I'm not going to be like, oh, you can't do that. Hey, that's your money. You do what you please with it.
Yeah, exactly. But I just want people
Barry needs a new laptop.
Yeah. I'd rather give money to Barry's new laptop. There you go. I say that in tongue in cheek, of course, but the point being is there's a big difference between the two of those guys, and I know people are going to jump on the bandwagon.
How you doing, Barry?
Dude, they're gonna jump. Do they jump on me?
No,
they're gonna jump on everybody.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the point here is this: if you ask for money for something like that,
Oh man,
then at the end of the day, if you're broke and you're poor and whatever, and you can't do it, then fine. But if you're going to sit here and say
you don't need
make
to
a
do
comment,
that all the time.
What? I'm trying to reinforce it, Kevin.
No, I'm talking about the other Mike. Michael.
Sorry.
Anyway, let's move on. Enough of poor Mike. You probably have a heart attack listening to me.
Oh, no. Again, people are entitled to their own opinion and stuff like that. But I'm looking forward. I really am looking forward to going back. There was a lot of things that I didn't get done. And all the things that I wanted to do were simple, cheap things to do. But since I ended up in the hospital twice, I had to call it. I had to call it early.
Did you have a heart attack?
No. What I ended up having, see, I have nerve damage on the left side of my face. So it's not common. It's rare for that nerve damage to spread to my right side of my face. So I woke up one morning, and Bob, my neighbor, he's a veteran as well from the real. I call it the real war. They're all real wars, but from Vietnam. And he goes, "Hey, why is your face swollen?" And I said, "Maybe I slept on it. I don't know." He goes, No, dude, that's not funny. So I looked at it, and immediately I got all sentimental because I remembered it brought back like memories when it first happened. And I went to Changhua, and Changhua, they got a specialist to come in, and he says, "Listen, I want you to come back in a couple of days, and I want to take a look at it." I said, "What do you mean? What is a couple of days?" He goes, "I'm not the specialist that you need. The specialist will be here in a couple of days, but I don't see a concern as of yet." I said, "Okay." So I came back in 2 days, and the specialist goes, "You need to go back to the United States." And I said, "Hey, "Why?" He goes, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, hey, Nico, I'm not too familiar with the military side of things, but can I ask you your story as far as what actually happened and how it happened?
I was in the military for altogether about 13 years. I ended up getting nerve damage, and I was in Iraq in 2010. So the impact in my face killed my nerve and my eyesight.
How did it happen though? Like, were you on active? Were you out in the real world?
We were. I was. I can't say everyone. I worked as a military police for 13 years, and we ended up doing detainee operations. So we ended up doing scouting outside the perimeter, and it ended up. And I mean, it was no joke. We were getting mortared every night. So then I ended up getting from the impact. It wasn't a direct impact. It was more like you received a second hand from the explosion.
So you went over a landmine or something like that. Is that what happened?
It went off prematurely.
Okay.
And then from the impact, it hit. Everyone got hit, not just me. There was a 5-man team. So I woke up, and my face was swollen, and they bandaged it up, and I can see out of my right eye, but my face was bandaged up, and they said, "We're gonna have to fly you to Germany." So when they flew me to Germany, The doctors they didn't know what they couldn't really say why I lost my vision. They could say, well, your nerve looks good, could be trauma, could be this, could be that. So they flew me into Virginia, and I was in Walter Reed for 6 months. And then after that, everything's recurring, and they're like, "Can you see?" And I'm like, "I can only see shadows." And about a week later, I was done. After a week, I lost my vision completely.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry to hear that. That's not a good thing to happen.
And it took me a long time to accept that. It took me a long time, and then of course, there's worse things that could have happened.
That's true. I mean, at least you're breathing and you're
Oh yeah,
talking.
let me tell you, most of the worst things in the world is trying to get used to that. So then I came to Florida. And I have two daughters. I have two sons, of course. I never really talk about my sons because they're older and they're always with their mother. And I raised with my mother and my father and my brother and sister. I raised my two daughters. And I came down to Florida, bought a house. They were supposed to stay with me, and they never stayed. They took off running with my mother because they wanted to go back with my brother. So I ended up staying in Florida alone. And then one day I said, you know what, I want to travel. And I picked the Philippines. I could because I did a lot of touring. I did a lot of things like I've been to a lot of countries for drug enforcement and everything. And I decided to go to the Philippines. I said, I've heard really good things about the Philippines. Let's just go there. So, and it matches my culture. It really does. The only difference is the language. Even though they were conquered by the Spaniards and they speak Spanish, but their language the dialect has grown to be different. So I went and got out of my element, and I reached out to everybody. I reached out to all the high bloggers at the time. The only one that answered was Ren. So Ren and Chixie's like, let me tell you, I can help you out. And of course, it took me a little while, talked to him for a little while. And I said, I can't send this much money because the lady wanted first security and deposit. First, second, and deposit, like the security deposit. So I said, I don't know, man. I don't know you like that. He goes, listen, you don't have to trust me. I understand. But I'm not going to do that. I'll send you the receipt. And I said, you know what? What's the worst that'll happen? I'll lose a couple bucks. So I'll lesson learned, never do it again. I sent them the money. They got me, and it was a decent place, and nothing. It wasn't nothing to, it was nice. I stayed there 4 months. I would have stayed a little bit longer. So they were the only ones that reached out and helped me. So that's where I ended up being. And I ended up in the hospital twice. Flew back here, got the help that I needed, and continue to get. Now they're really helping me a lot in the VA. And they told me when you go back in January, go to Manila. You have to put your fingerprint in Manila into the VA. Once you put your fingerprint and your CAT card, they're going to download your record, and they'll have your medical records. So now I have to figure out if I want to stay in the Manila side or the Cebu side because I want to make sure that I'm near a hospital.
Do they both have a VA?
Yeah, but don't they have a VA in Cebu too? I thought they did.
No, they only have one in Manila.
Well,
as far as I know.
Well, Manila's like an hour of flight. So, I mean, what you do is register in Manila. Then if you have any issues, you can fly back to Manila.
Exactly. And then I got a copy of my records as well. So I have it on PDF. So I have accessibility to it. So if anything were to happen, I also go to the hospital and I could always talk to the doctor and say, here's my PDF. And there's nothing for...
I'm sure there's a lot of vets out there that could probably be better advising you than us.
Yeah.
I mean,
I gotta be. I want to be careful on that. Yeah.
Yeah, just stick with what you know. I mean, you vets stick together anyway. I mean, dare I mention?
Yeah, Ed had told me. Ed was telling me that you can get treated in Cebu. I can get treated in Ed. Can I get treated in? Does Cebu have a VA hospital, or I can get treated in Cebu?
Maybe speak to, dare I say his name, Dave Phelps, but I'm afraid he's...
Oh, they told me to talk to Johnny Warrior.
Yeah, Johnny Warrior, that's a good choice. Yeah, someone like Johnny Warrior, he's part of that movement or whatever, so he'd be obviously the best person to talk to.
Yeah.
Someone that's been in the military anyway, but yeah.
And now
it's something we can't... I was just going to say, it's something like we can't really... outsiders can't really relate to, but yeah.
So now I want to go to now when I return, I get to do things that I wanted to do because there's so many things you can do in the Philippines, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, and I want to enjoy, I was going to bring my daughters. My sons were invited, but one's starting college in Florida. He's going to flight school for the military, and the other one is going. Yes, sir.
You don't want to bring your kids, mate.
Well, no, they wanted to come, for like 14 days. So I figured I'd take them, to the little Kawasan Falls, something simple. But then they're like, they were like, no, Dad, we would love to go. They keep saying they'd love to go, but I know they're not going to go. If I told them I'm going to go to Jamaica or something, then they'll go.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say another country maybe, but the Philippines isn't really a place for kids.
Yeah, no. As the more I think about it,
doesn't. Yeah,
bad idea.
Yeah, it doesn't have really anything to appeal to kids anyway. I mean, if your kids are born there or part Filipino, it's different. But yeah. You go there, mate. You relax, find yourself a decent woman, and you'll be right.
Shit, the luck that I got a better chance of talking to George every day than finding the girl.
You got to talk to Rosie Palm.
Don't you believe it? Don't you believe it, mate? There's a girl for everyone in that country, I'll tell you.
Yeah, if you can't find a woman there, it's because you don't want to.
Exactly.
Well, you know what it is, dude? I'm so military, like grounded, that every time I hear anything suspicious, I immediately, thank you so much. I really appreciate the conversations. I think we should be friends. Thank you. Bye. I cut it right off. Because I have a really hard time. I don't have trust issues. It's just from all the horror stories that I heard from men marrying the women. They come here and they, after 3 years, see you later, screwing everybody in the block. And not everyone is like that, but
that's why you don't take them back home. You stay there with them.
Oh, no.
Well, it's all I can say is there's good and bad in all relationships worldwide.
Yeah.
So,
my mother told me yesterday. My mother told me yesterday. She's like, "Listen, you're 46 years old. You've done everything you could for your kids. You've done everything. You're a good father. You provided for them." She goes, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I have to see. She's like, she's never accepted. She tries to accept my injuries. She's like, I love you. I'll always love you, but you're 46, and I don't want you to be with a woman for necessity, but I want you to you deserve a good woman. You've done such good things in your life, and you deserve to give that love to somebody. But the problem is that I'm such a giving person that now it's going to be harder for me to accept somebody to help me. You know what I mean? Because I cook, clean, I do everything myself. Everything is me. My mother glitches. What's wrong, Mom? My kids glitch. What's wrong, girls? What's wrong, son? Dad, what are you okay? That it's hard for me to accept the help for someone to say, hey, I want to be there for you. And if a woman ever showed me that kindness, to me, that's all I would see it as, is kindness. I wouldn't know if someone would have cared about me in that manner because I've been single for over 10 years.
Well, Nico, you got to relax a bit, mate. You got to go there for a 6 or 7 months holiday and get used to it, and then who knows what will happen. You'll meet someone.
Yeah, no, and I leave myself open. That's one thing that I was telling Kevin in the beginning when we started talking is I leave myself open to the possibilities. I haven't been looking in everyone's like, really? 10 years? I mean, Rain Man jokes around with me. Rain Man's like, how the hell did you go to the Philippines for 4 months and not? Because it wasn't something that I was looking for. I wasn't looking to just get laid. I was looking at getting intel on the area. Where would I be? Where would I go next time I come? Did I meet a lot of great women? Yeah, they were all potential, but everybody, all the Filipinos like, oh my God, yes, I want to be with you so much. Oh my God, I want to be happy. The moment you start talking to them, I don't have load. My reception in my barangay is really bad. My phone's broken, my screen's broken. It was always a friggin' excuse. So I said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm just gonna come and have a whole shitload of fun, and be very careful. And if I'm blessed with something good, great. If I'm not, then it's not my time. That's all.
Yeah, doing it online's a real loser. You need to be there in person. Yeah. Remember, nice guys finish last, man. You'll get run over if you're a nice guy there.
Oh, believe me, George, you said if I finish last, I'll be dead.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe in those online things. I think it's a load of crap. They're a good opening. They're a good opener, but at the end of the day, you got to front up and meet the people in real.
Well, you know what got me, guys, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know no matter what woman you're going to meet, you're going to be responsible as it's going to be financial. So, but the thing that I don't understand is my culture, and that's what makes it tough. In my culture, you're responsible for these few things. You are responsible for your wife, your children, her mother, her father, my mother, my father. That's it. That's it.
Well, Nico, you're fit right in there, mate.
Well, just
Right,
remember, you
over
always have to
there.
know,
Yeah,
you're going to be last on her list of priorities. You're going to be in last place. Just don't try and get your feelings hurt when that happens.
No. See, that's why I'd rather stay alone, because in my culture, we don't like the woman, and guys, you're probably gonna bash me for this. It doesn't always happen, but she's got to earn the position. But in my culture, the woman is the man. You're the man of the house, but the woman's really the man of the house. She's the one that keeps everything together. And if it's different over there, there's no negotiation for me. I'd rather stay alone.
Nico, a lot of guys won't admit it, but in their relationships, the woman's always the one in the house.
Yeah.
A lot of guys won't admit it, but you think about everyone there with their relationships know who the boss is.
Yeah, and me, I don't negotiate. If I have to, if I have to take care of the sister, the brother, that I understand that's what happens, I'll stay alone, because I'm not taking from my children's mouths to supply to people that are healthy enough to take care of themselves if they're able to. You know what I mean? But I understand their culture. Their culture is their family. I would never feel hurt. If that's what she has to choose, that's perfectly okay. And I've accepted the fact that maybe that's not my, I'm just gonna go and have a great time, enjoy my time there, and come home. Because I would never ask her to choose, but I'm not gonna be chosen second to anybody, because that's why in our culture, when I marry and the wife marries, that becomes my family. That's who my family is, not everybody else that branches off the tree.
Oh well, we'll see you in the Philippines soon.
Single, still going strong, still staying motivated. Woo!
You'll find someone, mate. They all do. We all do.
I'm hoping George is already online saying, "Man, I know the right girl for this guy right here." Shit. Right
hey,
here.
man, there's women with money there too, but you got to shop around. I've met plenty of Philippine women that have money there. I've even had them buy my way, for days on it at a time.
Oh no, then you're a good looking man. Shit, I stand no chance of finding shit over there now. No,
no, it don't matter at all.
I can't get a woman to buy me a damn ice cream. No, I'm just joking, man.
Hey, I saw Ed in the comment talking about he never went to a bar in Angeles. I never did either. You don't even have to. It's like that everywhere. I don't go into the bars because they got the bad girls in them. The bar girls. In my opinion, they're no good. I don't feel sorry for them at all, and they're not forced to do that. They make way more money than everybody else, and they piss it away.
Oh yeah,
they probably every day.
I respect
the way it goes.
I got mad respect for you, George. I got mad respect for you, and I'm sorry if I cut you off, brother. I got mad respect for what you just said. See, that doesn't bother me. See, that I'm not gonna promote his name. I'm not gonna say anything. There was another guy, and I hate when he does it, because I don't feel sorry for someone chosen. This is the choice. This is what you want to do with your life. But when you start calling them prostitute and whores, that's what triggers me. I don't know why, but it triggers me. And you didn't do that. And that shows the kind of quality and the kind of man that you are. And that says a lot about you. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, I would never call them disrespectful names. But, I've been in the Philippines culture for the last 10 years, from the ex-wife to friends that live there every day. And I've talked to many bar girls. I know exactly what happens there.
And again, I have met a couple of really nice ones. Unfortunately, the ones that I've met never got a chance to go to school. They got promises from foreigners. They never got to. And they ended up getting stuck with children, and they didn't go back. And she's like, and they were like, I would do something different. I try, but I'm older. I'm not going to get the opportunity. Again, I don't know if it's more excuses, but the other ones didn't deny shit. The other ones are like, I do it because I like it, whatever. But these, again, that's why I never label them, because some people are really trying to do the best they can with what they got.
Well, that's it.
Oh, shit. This Bama's in the house. What's up, man?
Where's Bama?
I can't see him.
Hey, Bam.
We're
Where the
waiting
hell
on
you-
you, Barry.
Bama gets
seen it.
connection. That's why.
What's up, everybody?
Where's Bama?
How you doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Bama, go to sleep, bro.
No, I think
to
it's like
sleep.
11 a.m. there or something.
It's daytime for him over there.
Yeah,
Bama, go
morning.
back to bed.
I just woke up, buddy. I ain't going back
What's
to bed. I
happening,
just woke up.
Bama?
I enjoy this nice pretty day.
Hey, Bama, I think check your signal.
Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. My signal good. Wait. Move.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah,
I
I can hear you,
can
buddy.
hear back to it. So how
All
about
right,
everybody?
Go back to bed.
How's everybody? Okay.
We're doing good, brother. How you doing?
Yeah.
Learned a lot of things today on this show. I'm glad I spoke to three gentlemen.
Y'all said you feel yesterday. Roberta's gonna put a hit on my head yesterday. Tried to take my girlfriend to leave me.
Bama, it echoed the hell out of everything out there. When you're talking, it echoes a lot.
Because my house is echoing.
No, my mouth, sit down. It's you walking away from the phone.
Anyway, just getting back to that bar girl thing again.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're doing a job. Whether they choose to do it or not is either there. It's just the way of life, you know.
And George is right. A lot of them, they don't care. You know, a lot of them, this is what they do.
Hey,
But
it's money. It's money. It's guaranteed. I mean, they're making 60 or 70,000 pesos a month. You know.
Yeah, they're making way more than most Filipinos make. And
yeah.
the thing I don't like about them is they piss it away. I've only known of one bar girl that ever actually saved her money and invested it in a house or a motorcycle.
George,
That's
you
awesome.
got to remember, George. We're talking young, 18 to 25-year-old. You know, they're not mature, and of course they're getting all this bulk money, and it's easy money as far as all they do is they go with a foreigner, and they can get this easy money.
Yeah, but then you see people make videos like Philly in the Philippines. He making all these videos like you're supposed to be sorry for these girls working in the bars, and it's all boo-hoo, you know.
I know you mean.
Nah, well, I've never seen him make a video about bar girls. To be honest, he might go past the.
Yeah, he has. I think the video is called "Getting Paid by the Bar Girls."
What's that noise?
Crackle.
It's crackle and pops. That.
That's not me.
That's me.
Barry.
You guys hear me better now? Can you hear me better now? Is that better?
Yeah, we hear you.
Because my house is echoing. No, what I was saying earlier, did you guys hear the threat that Roberto Dunn made to me yesterday, threatening my life and wanting my girl, and wanting to pay my girlfriend to fucking leave me, dude? Oh, Kev, you got on your show, buddy. I like it.
I think Bama's on speakerphone. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, there's a bloody noise coming through.
I have a headphone. I've got the fan going because it's hot in my house.
Somebody's gonna have to fix the.
That's Bama.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
Better? Is that better?
No, there's a noise.
No.
Killing my eardrums.
I thought that was somebody's hearing aid. I thought that was Kiwi Mike, so I was gonna tell him, "Hey, buddy,
Back off! I've got the fucking best sound system here.
yo,
We're on fiber here, pal."
I thought it was your hearing aid. I'm sorry. Okay, you are older than all of us.
Fuck off!
Hey, I'm old as shit. I'm almost over the hill, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. You and Kiwi Mike, both these guys in wheelchairs.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I got a cane. Grace before beauty, age before. You can't
Hey,
see
Jerry,
the
how you doing, buddy?
So what's happening
what
out
is
there?
this? Lady. Oh,
Any comments out there in the room? Let's hear what the room has to say about anything.
I got Jerry here.
I
Philippine
appreciate the
Pound.
feedback. You know, I definitely appreciate the feedback from George, and I never got your name. The other gentleman besides Kevin.
Me, Mike.
Yes,
My name's Mike.
Sorry, Mike. I never got to ask you your name. I
That's
appreciate
all right,
both feedbacks. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Yeah, hey, I'd like to hook up with you when you're in the Philippines there, Nico. It'd be fun to go out and travel around.
Dude, it would honestly, George, it would be my pleasure. When I get back, I've told people I want to be there the second week of January, which is probably still Sinulog, depending on where I'm at. It'll definitely be a little busy in the beginning, but right after that, brother, you should let me know when I get there. We're like, hey, Nico, I'm here. Hit me up on Messenger, and we'll have some lunch and shit, bro. We'll hook up.
How you doing, Pocket Grenade?
No.
Did Dave's show get turned off already?
I gotta meet up with Ed too. Ed's house is being built. So he had asked me. He's like, "Hey, we'll meet up with Ed." I definitely meet up with Ed and anybody Mexican Jews gonna be out there in January. I think we're gonna try to catch the same plane together. He's staying about 6 months, so we're gonna be hooking up together as well.
Okay, that sounds good.
How many watching, Kev?
Why don't you give me a call back, dude?
I got around 27.
Ed's house is almost done, finally. Hey, Vima, try to call back. Philippine Bound, I didn't even see you. Hey, what's going on, Philippine Bound?
That's Jerry.
Jerry, see, I never remember everyone's name. I have a tough time remembering shit. George is because my cousin's name is George.
I understand, buddy. I understand.
Let me see, and then Mike. Is it Mike? It is Mike again, right, Mike?
Yep.
All right, I want to make sure.
Remember Kiwi?
No,
I can't stand Kiwi. It gives me a rash whenever I eat it.
Just call me Kiwi, Mike. That's good enough.
And then, of course, Big Kev. All right, I got to get good with these names. Yeah, when I go back, George and Mike and Kev, it's a different ballgame. It really is. I actually, people think I don't listen. You know, I listen about my show. I listen about you guys, you know, and your opinions on helping everything. You know, and then when I go back, I'm going to be everyone thinks you have to head down to Palawan. You have to head there. You have to head to all the most expensive places to have a good time.
Well, I'm definitely going down to Cebu. I got to bring Sente 7, a Seahawks flag. I promised him.
We have the real bullfighter in the house. We have Santai 7 here. He pops in.
No.
Barry's
I can't
back.
hear them though. So that's the fucking problem. Can you guys hear me now?
All? Yep.
Yes.
Loud and clear.
What kind of bullshit that Sentai 7 do? Everything you need to wear boots.
Please. If you can talk a little bit more of the accent.
Is Sente coming on board here?
I don't know. Is there any room?
Probably, if you say please, he probably could.
That's a nice picture, Kevin.
Which one, buddy? Of me? Why, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Nah, not that picture. The one in blue.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Loco.
Can you hear me?
Loco.
John, can you hear me?
Loco.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, just want to make sure, man, because it's fucking echoing, so it shouldn't be echoing.
Echo.
It was cracking a little while ago, too. It was cracking really bad.
Crackheads?
No, I didn't say crackhead. I didn't say anything about crack and how much it was and how it's made. I didn't say anything like that.
Crackers or crackhead?
No.
Where's Roberto Dunn at today?
Roberto, I think he left us and went on Dave's show. No.
Loco in Acapulco.
Your
Hey,
mate,
Jay, what's up, man?
your mate Dave Phelps.
I think Dave got mad and he opened up his own show.
Yeah.
Because I made fun of him the other day, and now
He got upset with me. He got upset.
He's getting me back on more views than me right now.
He got upset with me, Kevin, killing your show.
Well,
Hey, good old Phelps, fucking flea.
well,
Bully boy, that's
Hey,
I know
Kevin,
he
what's
is.
that picture? Is that a roasted dog? What the hell is that?
yeah, that is a dog. That's a dog that we had over in Bacolod. That was
That's a
over at
nice
a birthday party that I went to.
That's a nice picture.
Thanks, buddy.
Look, the pink and the pink.
Oh, I thought you was talking about. Yeah, right there. That's a doggy.
What's the dog
Oh.
taste like?
That's a hallelujah. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Good morning.
No, there's no fighting. I Wonderline. I don't think there's any more fighting.
What's the ring say?
Wonderline says, "Oh man, not another fight."
Yeah,
we
maybe
don't
people are too
fight
worn out
here
from
on our
yesterday.
show. We just disagree a lot.
Yeah, we just talk shit.
Yeah, we just sling a lot of shit back and forth. But at the end of the day, we all just, pat each other on the back and go to sleep.
Yeah. Pat each other's dicks.
What the fuck?
Oh shit! Nobody's done that to me yet. I hope not.
Nico, you just check for the throat, mate. You just look at the throat and see if there's an Adam's apple.
Oh, dude, you don't even understand. I'm not even going to get into that story. I swear to God, Mike, I didn't know that lady was a lady boy. I had no idea.
Oh,
Wait. What story is this that we are now going
did I touch on
to
something?
back it in, Joy? Take out the popcorn.
Oh, Rain Man is going to love this story. You don't even understand. Rain Man loves this story. I don't know if I should say it again.
No, I want to hear it, please, because you got to be better than mine.
Okay. So I'll give you one. Okay. No, that one for that lady boy. Yes, the other one was like crazy stories. There's only one lady boy story. Okay, you ready, Ren?
As long as you didn't wake up and it didn't feel sore in the morning, you'll be right.
Mama, we can't hear you. Okay, Ren's gonna love this one. Yeah, I exposed it yesterday on a live show. It was crazy. Okay, this is what happened. So I was there a month, and I was talking to Ren and Trixie, and I said, I want to have some pizza. So Ren's like, well, I know of a place I haven't tried. I think he said he didn't try it. Again, don't quote me on it. I think he did say he didn't try it. So me, Ren, and Trixie head over to a pizza joint, and this lady walks by and starts, serving. Didn't say anything, stayed quiet. So we ordered food. Somebody else took our order, and we ordered food, and we were just, sitting there relaxing quietly, and all of a sudden, Ren says she was looking at me. It wasn't about blame. I thought it was kind of funny. I said, hey, Ren, she's looking at you. I know this story. So Ren goes, no, she's looking at you. And I said, no, she's looking at you. You better, dude, Trixie's going to kick your ass. You better be careful. He goes, Nico, she's not looking at me. She's not looking at you. She's not looking at me. I said, oh, now she's not looking at me. I said, dude, she's looking at you. So he goes, Nico, you don't know? I'm like, I don't know what. She walked by twice, smiled, and I'm like, well, she sure in hell ain't looking at me. I don't know. But I said, well, Ren, say hi to her. Don't be rude. He goes, you really don't know. And I go, what are you talking about? And he goes, dude, that's a lady boy. I'm like, no, it ain't no fucking lady boy. Dude, look at her. Look at her. That's not a fucking lady boy. Dude, she got tits. She got it. Dude, it does not look, I mean, she's not the prettiest thing, but I don't see the Adam's apple. Me and him are staring at this chick. No, Adam, nothing. And I said, what he knows, because he's like, dude, I've been here, like, not been there before. I think he said he's been there. I'll see if he answers. Hey, Ren, were you there before or you've never been there? But Ren goes, all right, you don't want to believe me? So he goes, excuse me, I'm going to, he asks for something. He goes, excuse me. The girl comes over and he goes, hi. I'm like, oh, my God. And I stayed quiet because I didn't want to be disrespectful. And Ren goes, can I have a cup, some ice, and some extra napkin? Because my friend Nico, I'm a big friend. I'm really bad. When I go to restaurants, I need a lot of napkins. So she walked away and I go, what the fuck was that? Dude, she sounded like Barry White. I had no clue that this girl was a guy or a girl, whatever. I had no idea till at the end she goes, hi, can I help you? I was like, oh my. So later on, I'm like, Brent, how the hell did you know? He goes, dude, you got to be careful here. Dude, there are a lot of guys dressed as women here. I'm like, well, how did you know? He goes, how did you not know? I was like, because my ass is not from here, man. I don't see this shit often. So every time I go to any area now, I'm like, I want an ID. I want a birth certificate right now. Because for the life of me, I had no idea. I mean, it wasn't like we were sitting there checking her out, but I was telling her, yo, she's looking at you. And he's like, no, she's looking at you. But he thought I really knew that she was a ladyboy, and I didn't know. He thought I was joking with him. And ever since then, everywhere I went, I'm like, is she a ladyboy? He goes, no. Is she a ladyboy? That one is. Is she a ladyboy? No, that one is. That one's not. Because up in SM Cebu, there's a lot of ladyboys walking around. And then Chixie would be like, Nico, see her right there? That's a ladyboy. I'm like, and look at her. Because a lot of them have a lot of, they start taking all the chemicals early. Some of the ones that I've seen later on were more advanced. They spoke like women, so you got to be very careful. And I still couldn't tell the difference. I'm telling you, I need IDs and shit from now on.
Dude, I totally know what you're talking about, Nico. The easiest way to spot them is to do what you said. You make them pipe up. A lot of them will whisper with a low voice.
Yes.
That's how they get it. Dude, I've seen other foreigners get completely fooled and be bringing them back to their hotel rooms for nasty surprise.
Well, let me tell you, there was a lot of comments on my show yesterday. Like, oh, how did you not know? I said, well, maybe you have experience in. I mean, not trying to be rude to them. I'm like, maybe you guys have experienced this a lot, but I haven't. And let me tell you, there was one that I met, and I didn't meet personally. Another foreigner was having I like mango shakes, and we were in SM Cebu. And actually, I lied. Not lied intentionally. I just thought about it. There was one more time. There was a lady boy. But this one, I was talking to a foreigner, and I could tell because how big her hands weren't big. Her hands were lingy. And I was like, that doesn't look like a normal woman. So the woman was trying to convince the guy to hang out. The guy's like, I'm waiting for my girlfriend, a woman that I've been talking to. But if she doesn't come, I will be glad. I said, dude, if she goes out there, dude, she's going to lick your nuts, but you ain't going to be happy what's going to come after that. And then he goes, look at how beautiful. He goes, it's the only place you can go in the world that you can find something beautiful like that. I said, you know what, bro? She's all yours. She is all yours, man. You take one for the team, but I sure in hell am walking away from this one. She had her breast done. You can see her. She had her breast done. She was definitely on hormones. And I
wanted to ask.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask Batman and Jay if they ever encountered anybody, because they've been there for a while. Like if they ever seen or had anybody been picked up on them.
I think he left the room.
Yeah, he tries to get on, but he can't get on. And that's not even Angeles City, guys. That's not even Angeles City. Because everyone's like, Nico, you got to go to Angeles City next time. Not to see the lady boys. They want me to go because I like going out and have a few drinks with the guys. They're like, dude, you got to go to these places. You're going to have a lot of fun. I said, well, having fun's not a problem because I don't have any nobody to talk about, to talk with, I don't have nobody to go home and explain myself to. They're like, Bro, when you get down to the city, you better just keep your pants fucking zipped up and put a lock on it because, bro, there's a lot of lady boys there. I'm like, oh, no, I ain't going. Fuck that.
Yeah, too much makeup is always suspect.
Oh, shit. No. Well, you guys are going to see
if they
me
had that
making
kind of
videos
voice, that's a good
everywhere there.
Yeah, you just got to be
good-looking
careful
woman
what you
doesn't even
do,
need
where you
makeup,
go.
but the lady boys always do.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be taking a lot of videos when I get there. Again, I don't give a shit if I'm walking on the street to get a freaking mango shake. Yo, guys, check this out. I'm at this place right here. Like, I didn't do that before because I was a little intimidated by everybody. I didn't want to embarrass people. I like people, I like people having their personal time. Not everybody likes people walking into a freaking McDonald's with a freaking camera and be like, yo, everybody, what's going on? I'm here at McDonald's. No, nobody, you got to respect people's, personal space.
Yeah, it can be a lot of fun. Just stick your cell phone in your front pocket. Turn it
Yeah,
on.
well, I got the GoPro. I bought it real cheap. I bought it brand new, actually, but it was real cheap. I got it for a good price. I got the GoPro. I got my cell phone. I got my own little kind of like these little hidden cameras that you can connect to Wi-Fi to your phone, and you can put them on your patch. You can put them on your jackets. I mean, not jacket, on your shirts or on your hat, and they're real small and they record. So, and you turn it on. You turn it on through your phone.
Oh, okay, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I did a lot of homework. That's why I'm getting ready for when I go. I'm buying stuff and putting them in a box so I can mail it to someone. I mean, I'll probably mail it to Ren and Chixie when I get before I leave. Mail a box of stuff that I can't get here, like I mean, I like my lotion and stuff. I like. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just sent Bam another link.
Now, is that better?
So you look better.
I was
That's
charging
for
my
sure.
phone. Sorry.
Llama, talk Llama again. Yeah, it's definitely his connection. Now we're definitely gonna touch base, guys. Hey, Mike, are you ever going to the Philippines again, or are you in? Are you gonna think of going again?
Yes, of course. I go every
Mike. Yeah, Mike does.
It's kind of funny
Mike,
hearing
Mike
that. Yeah, I go every year there.
Awesome. Well, I'll be there. I'll be there in January for the whole year. Hopefully, when you get there, hit me up on the side, and we'll definitely, like I said, I'm going to meet up to George, a few other people that have been really,
Mike's
very supportive.
Mike's on the lock and key. He can't do anything fun.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Hang on. Let me just jump in. I can go to Angeles City if I want.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, brother. Let me tell you. Usually the ones that say we're on the lock and key are the ones that don't have the lock and key, huh, Kev?
Hey, I think Bama's video chat's taking too much bandwidth on his end. Maybe he would be better with audio only.
I'll log off, guys, and let you have a rattle because I've got some shit I have to do anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna log off pretty soon anyway, you guys. It is yeah.
Keep it going, Kev. Don't be stupid.
Hey, if the numbers
stupid, huh? Man, first you get those other guys calling, now you gotta call me a name.
You're taking it out of proportion again, Kevin.
Yeah, Kev. You're taking it too personal, Kev. Come on, Kev.
Oh, now Barman's left again.
He has to. We don't hear him. And George, thank you. Mike, be good, be safe. Thank you so much for the feedback. Again, everything everyone says, I really do can take in consideration. I really want to have fun, and I want to still feel good about the things that I do, and I really appreciate that feedback.
Barry, come back.
So I'm going to try and get a hold of you on FB. Maybe we could chat for 20 minutes or something.
Oh, dude, just hit me up on Messenger. Nico Rodriguez. Dude, there's only one. You can't miss me. That face is indescribable. You can't describe it any other way but my face.
Okay, I'll be hitting you up after the show. See what you're doing.
All right.
You're there. Okay, guys, I'll log off so Barry can jump back on. And
Hey, Mike, thanks for coming by.
No worries, mate. We'll do this again sometime, no doubt.
All right, buddy.
Definitely. Take care, Mike. Pleasure.
Take care. Nice meeting you, Nico and George.
Definitely. It's a pleasure was mine, brother. Take care.
Yeah. Thanks, Mike.
Philippines about I am
Ben's
on
on
mute.
mute.
Why the hell you on mute, Mama?
Actually, I don't think he's in the room.
Yeah, he said Philippine life with Mama. I am on mute. No, you're not up. Well, we didn't mute you.
No.
Ay. I've been cleaning ever since. That's why it's been kind of noisy on my end a little bit because I've been cleaning a little bit at a time, you know?
Yeah.
Trust me, George. I even told Kevin, my intentions are genuine. My intentions are to go. And if I meet a nice little lady, the problem is, George, that I'm telling you, dude, I'm fucking hardcore. I'm not a hardcore guy. When you meet me, George, you'll see what I mean. Well, you got to meet me in person. Everyone says that how I am now and how you see me, I'm like night and day. And when it comes to women, nah, dude, I'm very lovable, kind, and I'm like the biggest bear with my kids and my mother. But if I even get one, I mean, maybe she could be telling the truth about her load and she didn't have enough money. But then, like a buddy of mine said, let me tell you something, dude. Chivalry is not dead for men or for women. If she really wanted to get a hold of you, she'll go to McDonald's. She'll find something with Wi-Fi and she'll suck up her pride and she will come and be like, listen, I can't get a hold of you that much, but I'm getting free Wi-Fi right now. I don't have the funds to do this. She wouldn't hide behind shit. She would tell you the truth. I'm like, that's a really good point because, why should men be the only one that are chivalrous,
Yep.
Yeah, that's a real common scam, the load, the women.
The load and my phone's broken. I can't see you. I can't do face. I can't do a video because my phone's cracked or something. Oh, really?
My mom's
Okay.
sick.
Yeah, it's, block and delete when that happens and move on.
Oh, yeah. That's why, like you said, I don't do that thing online. I stopped doing that thing. Like I started for a little while, but then I'm done. I mean, again, I'm not looking to meet a 19-year-old Filipina. I'm looking to meet a woman that wants to think about now, later, and the future. A woman that wants to progress together as a team.
Yeah, definitely in person then, not online.
Oh, yeah, I definitely. Everyone's like, well, why don't you get to know her before? Why don't you get to know her before you get to the Philippines? I said, yeah, because she could be a really big liar by the time I get there. I think I'm gonna meet like everyone says. I've heard many people tell me on the show, you're gonna end up meeting by someone introducing you to someone they know, and I'm like, no, because the people usually introduce you to the people they want you to be with, not who's best qualified or best for you.
Okay, I'm just looking through the comments real quick.
Yeah, Rain Man. He's always do Rain Man. He means well. I mean, I'm already used to him. He's looking for a woman. Trust me, Rain Man. The last thing I want is more children. I don't mind because I'm a good dad, but I don't. If she doesn't want them, it'll be just as good with me. If she has them, great. But you know what? Another thing I've been noticing, George and Kev. I don't know if it happens. Maybe you guys can educate me on this. Is they don't let you discipline their children. And I am a person that I'm not going to let kids or anyone take advantage of me or the household. And women with children don't have fathers for their children and don't do anything. But when you try to do the right thing to help them, they don't let you. I haven't experienced it yet. I've seen a lot of my friends when I was there experience that stuff. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why the hell are these characters with these women?
A lot of households don't have a physical or verbal discipline. They just brush it off.
Oh, hell no. And even if some of these guys did, Kevin, the woman is like, no, I don't want you saying, they wouldn't allow them to say things to the kids. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So your kid's going to walk all over you and him, and that's the dude, I don't know how you can do this shit.
Yeah, from my experience, it's different. I've seen the women beat their kids there.
Oh, really? I never seen that either. I never seen a physical discipline.
I did once, and I was rooting for that mother. I was rooting for her. I was like, go, you missed him. You missed the freaking left side. Get him. Dude, hell no. My mother? You think when my mother was beating me, everybody wasn't cheering? Oh, you missed here. Here's a stick. Dude, that one you don't miss.
See, what Philippine Bounds, he says, Nico, you got to get some panties for souvenirs.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm already looking at condom boxes when we're over in the Sam's. I'm gonna buy it in bulk. I'm gonna take videos of I'm gonna take a picture of every panty that I conquer. How about that?
You know what happened to me one time? I was the first time I went to Subic Bay. I got into the hotel room and pulled the blanket back, and there were some panties chilling there.
Whoa!
You know what I'm gonna do, guys? Philippine Brown said you need them as souvenirs. I'm gonna go to all the people, when they're hanging them up and like cleaning them, and gonna hang them out. Just take pictures. Hey, Philippine Brown, check this one out. Yeah, this one was yesterday, and all it will be pictures of them on hangers. Look what she was wearing yesterday.
I guess.
As long as he doesn't recommend, I want to see them on you, Nico, to prove it. No, hell no. Hell no, I'll take a picture, Philippine Brown, but I sure in hell ain't gonna wear them. You want to hear Kevin laugh real bad, George? Watch this. Hey, Kev, my luck, I try to get a pair. I try to get one to say I conquered, and I end up walking not the panties. I end up walking like, hi, big boy, here are my boxers.
Oh man.
That's when I'm leaving the country.
God, that's bad.
You pick up this girl and she's already in bed, and you go in and you hear her say, turn off the light.
No, and it's just the way she says it. She's like, turn off the light. I'm like, oh Lord, jeez.
She didn't say nothing to you all night.
All night.
Hey, Sente7, I would like to give you a chat on Facebook sometime about a boat ride in the future if you're still in business. I'll try and hit you up on FB.
You know what? At the rate he's going, bro, George, I definitely book with him when you can. He'll definitely work with you. He'll definitely work. Because people sometimes, again, I don't know his schedule, but he's got a really busy schedule.
No, dude, that looks like good times and good memories out there in the water there.
Oh, dude, wait till you hang out with him for one boat ride. You're going to be like, your whole thought pattern will be different.
Oh, yeah, no, it looks awesome on his vids. I can't wait to check it out.
Oh, and he's not really 5'2". Ren is 6'3". Don't let everybody fool you. He's not as short as he looks on the videos.
Just the video makes us look all smaller, right?
Yep.
So this video really must make me look real small.
Well, I'm on my Superman diet, man. I'm getting as thin as I can before I get out there in the hot and humid weather.
There you go,
George. You're gonna be a crackhead no matter what, dude. You're gonna walk out there and still sweat. I've lost 35 pounds, and I'm still losing weight here. When I go there, I lose it at double rate because, dude, you don't get hungry. You look at the food and you're like, I can't eat that. Most of the time I made chicken salad from buying 3 or 4 kilos of chicken breast at the store at the Metro, and I was always eating like chicken salad, drinking water, eating salads. I was eating crackers and cheese because there was nothing that I was so used to eating healthy here. I had to bring my own protein shakes. Ask Ren when you talk to him. Ren's like, dude, you're way. I thought Ren's like, dude, you're way too friggin' picky. I don't like meat with bones, so I don't like shrimp. If you cook shrimp and they give it to you over there, they give you shrimp with everything on it. You got to peel your shrimp. Yeah, with the head and everything. You got to peel it. So I wouldn't eat it.
Yeah, same with me.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it. So George, you're gonna go hungry. Like not hungry. You're gonna lose weight. Trust me. When you're there, you're gonna lose weight.
Yeah, I always gain weight for some reason. All the sweets and everything, man. I get that sweet tooth.
Oh, see, that's why. See, I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't have a sweet tooth. I don't eat candy. If I do, it's like I'll eat one blueberry muffin just to kill. Like my body's like, dude, come on, give me something sweet. So I'll eat a blueberry muffin. That's it.
Oh,
see, you got the sweet. You got the sweet tooth. I even go to 7-Eleven, and you know what I get at 7-Eleven? Those 35 pesos coffee. They're like regular cans of coffee, 25 pesos.
Yeah, I like the mini stops. They got the mochas Yeah,
the mochas. There you go. Yep. And I buy them. I buy like 20 of them, and I put them in the refrigerator, so I have them as coffee in the morning because I like cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
Sentai 7. Sentai 7 is gummy bears. You should have seen them. We were hunting for gummy bears forever. I found out where I can get them. I didn't get to show him because I ended up leaving. But I'll show him when I get back where I found all the gummy bears.
Was it an import store?
Yes. Definitely import. And they had 5-pound bags.
God, those import stores are super expensive.
Well, this place was actually not bad, but yeah, you're gonna pay a lot for it. Like not a lot, but what happens? You've been there, George. What happened is I learned the hard way is I forget the money adds up. So everything I kept saying, oh, only 300 pesos, that's not bad. Oh, only 5 pesos, oh, that's not bad. Oh, 27 pesos, oh, 700 pesos, and you forget. You're saying pesos, but you don't forget how far that one product was 700. Then let's just say you want 7 different things. Now you haven't even started shopping, and you're already up to 3,000 pesos, and you do that shit 6 times a month because you don't fill up your refrigerator or if you're staying for a while. And next thing you know, you're freaking 10,000 every 3 weeks. So you're like, you don't realize it till you're 40,000 in debt. Like you already spent 40 grand.
Yeah, the money goes really quick. Are you going to ride motorcycles there?
I'm going to actually buy either a scooter or a motorcycle. I definitely am. I'm buying a used one, so I got to be careful because I know this guy. I got to get to know a Filipino really good, and he told me, when you come back, let me know. I'll go with you, and we'll check out these areas. He goes, do not buy any motorcycle for two reasons. He goes, only buy them at the dealer. But don't believe, make sure all the warranties are in writing, and even then, don't believe it. He goes, and if you're going to get one from a person, have them take that motorcycle to a shop while I'm there so I can hear them conversating and tell you if it's in good shape. Because everyone says it would be a waste of time for me to buy a brand new motorcycle if I'm going to only be there for a year when I can get a used one.
Yeah, I actually want to buy a brand new one, but I don't have anywhere to store it. So I'm going to have to make a friend somewhere where I can drop it off.
Well, wait till you're going to meet people that you can trust. You know what I mean? There's I made a couple of friends there, and he told me, when you leave, because I'll go back again. I'll come back and work a year and then go back and stay a year. My boss is very, very flexible. So what I'll do, he told me, he goes, you can leave the motorcycle with me at my house. He goes, I'll make sure I start it, because he has a motorcycle of his own. He's like, I'll make sure I start it and maintain and make sure everything's running good and shut it off. When you come back, the bike will be here.
What about Sentai 7? Does he got some storage units there?
Actually, I don't know where his new place is at. But I'm sure he probably knows, because he's got if it's not him, Chixie, I want to say him because Chixie's his girl. Chixie may have family that you can you can trust Chixie's family. You can trust them. So they definitely ask to talk to Sentai, and I'm sure Sentai will work something out that you can have somebody you can trust watch it, because he's very responsible.
Okay, I'm going to definitely hit him up on that.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if there's one person that I trust, there's one Filipino that I trust. Bob, I trust, he's up in the Philippines, and Ren and Chixie. I trust the whole family. I can't, I'm not going to name out the whole family, but I trust Ren and Chixie. I trust them. If I trusted him with $600, I can trust him with a motorcycle, and definitely he'll watch out for it.
Yeah, I'm going to hook up with some other motorcycle vloggers out there. So I'm going to be doing some cool stuff. It'd be cool if you had a bike too.
No, let me know, because we'll definitely hook up. When did you say you were thinking of going?
I'm self-employed, so I can go pretty much whenever I want. Definitely by the time you're going to go there, maybe I'll already be there.
Well, if you end up running into any complications or anything at all, and you want to head down around the same time, let me know, because I don't know where in the States you are, but I'll be leaving out of Florida. I'll be leaving out of Boston again.
Yeah, I'm out here in Seattle, so about 18 hours to get to Manila.
I have a friend in Seattle. Well, what I'm thinking of doing is it's just easier to head out of Seattle or California because it's a shorter plane ride.
And Dico,
If you
I'm gonna
fly
get
from
off
Boston,
pretty
it's
soon.
longer.
You guys,
What's up, Kevin?
I'm gonna end it pretty soon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead. No, I apologize. We didn't mean to take over the show. I'm sorry, Kev.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to say I'm gonna end it. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow. See what's happening.
Kev, thank you very much. It really is always a pleasure.
Almost 10 o'clock.
Feel free, and feel free and invite. I mean, always. It's always a pleasure to come. Feel free, and anytime you want me on, you let me know. I'm going to be having you on my show soon. And George, always a pleasure. Thank you so much, and for the feedback. And just hit me up on Messenger. And God bless and take care.
All right, guys.
All right, you guys.
Talk to you next time.
All right, you guys. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you all later on. You all be good, be safe, and I'll talk to you on another day. Thanks for hanging out with me over in the bullpen.
Thank you.